Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Friday night's edition of Paranormal Question of the Day, Open Topic Night. We'll be right back right after a short intro.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Paranormal Question of the Day. We do live podcasts with live guests, live paranormal investigations as well. We do product reviews, so sit back, enjoy the channel, get popcorn, get a soda, and I'll see you soon.
And good evening, everybody. Like I said, tonight is Open Topic Night. We are going to be talking paranormal stuff and whatever else we get into talking about. And yeah, we're having a cold one tonight. I felt like it was required for tonight's show and for Friday in general. So, yeah. So if anybody wants to come in or say go in a chat and want to bring up a topic, we can talk about topics, certain topics, whatever you want to talk about. And yeah, I mean, if it's a short show, it's a short show. It's not really that much a big deal. I just want to give that chance to people who want to talk about paranormal are able to and get your voices heard about the paranormal stuff. Other than that, yeah. So things have been pretty busy lately. As you can see, I am back to being MGS Paranormal, and you know that's a good thing. Down back at MGS Paranormal, it had its break. It needed to come back, so here we are. We're back. So, other than that, I hope everybody is having a good Friday. Me, I overslept, so I didn't go to work today. So, oh well, shit happens, right? So other than that, I might have a guest on or not. Not sure, depending on how he feels. And just to let you know that he could be, strong with his language at some point. But we do have a parental thing on there, so hey, it's what it's there for. And you may or may not agree with a lot of things he says, but we'll see if he pops on tonight. So other than that, so the paranormal stuff, paranormal field, I think it's, we might be getting to a trend where it might pretty soon to be a healthy field. Sometimes things happen that just kind of gets people under people's skin every once in a while, and it's not done intentionally, but it does happen at some point in the paranormal field. So just kind of want to bring that to attention. I think things are gonna get better. How things are. Um, I'm gonna be looking for people to join the team if they would like. I think it would be a good thing to have at least 3-4 people on the team. It helps with a lot of stuff. It helps with investigations. It helps to hear other people's ideas and thoughts. So I think that's what the paranormal field is good for. It all has their opinions. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? So, like I said, tonight is open topic night. So, if there's a topic you want to talk about, please let me know and we can start talking about something. But so Carmen, I was just talking about the paranormal field and how some things kind of get under people's skin and stuff like that, and we all have our mishaps and things that just don't go right the way how we want it. And what are your thoughts on that? And um, like having a team wise, is it beneficial for someone to be on a team, or is it beneficial for someone to be by themselves? What do you think? And yes, we're having a cold one tonight. Sometimes I think going alone on some things you can get more stuff, but that's just me talking about that. Uh, yes, I know about all about drama. Gain on yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the drama happens. It happens for a reason. Um, but that also helps us figure out who we're meant to be, who we're meant to be with. Um, as far as team wise goes, who clicks, who doesn't click. I feel. Um, yes, as I'm back up on evidence. Yes, that's a good point. Very good point. You always need two eyes on stuff. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, you're right. It's good to have, like I said, it's good to have more people on a team to, like you said, exactly look at your evidence. Um, because sometimes with me, with my eyes and my disability with my eyes, that extra pair of eyes really helps out and really shows what I missed and what I could get better in the future. Um, so that's what I think. Yes, and have someone on the lookout too. I mean, we always say, when we go on an investigation, always bring another person with you. Go in pairs. Depending on if you really know the location really well, sometimes it's okay to go on your own if you really know it really well and know that things aren't really gonna not hurt you, more or less surprise you in a way. Then I see it's okay to go by yourself. But when you're in a newer location and you've never been there before, yeah, tag teaming with another person and going to that same spot is a good choice because in that way you both know what's going to happen or what's going on, and really work the location out well. So I do agree with that, to a certain extent. But once again, like people do a lot of urbexing. Urbexing is illegal in some parts. Fort Mifflin, yeah. Yeah. See, and you know your area because I've seen you out there a lot. So, and you catch a lot of good stuff out there. I mean, like I said, the door opening, hearing your name being called, I recall. Um, so yeah, you pick up a lot of good stuff out there. That is a location I would like to go to. It looks very interesting. I think that what are you giving, like 6 hours at that location, or are you giving 8? Yeah, and that's a good thing too. Uh, I've been trying to do that with the museum. A lot of times it's more active at night, and I'm trying to get transition to be more active during the day too, because I think that's a healthy part of investigating as well. Okay, 6 hours. Is that something you feel that should be expanded by 2 more hours, or you think 6 hours is just the right enough time for an investigation? Or what's too long as an investigation? You think 10 hours is too long? There are some locations I think that are so big that um, some places give 10 to 14 hours. Okay, so you're only 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, that's true. It does depend on location. I mean, if it's not really, being as active as you want it to be, 3 or 4 hours might be just good enough and say, hey, call it a day. I've done that to a few places where it's just, hey, it's not connecting. Maybe another time and boogie after a few hours. Um, but I also like to do experiments. I mean, when you're given that free time, Carmen, do you do experiments as well and try different gear out and different exercises of investigating? Do you try any of that stuff out? Yeah. Oh, you know, yeah. Penhurst. Yeah, Penhurst is big. Never been there. There too. I want to be. Um, it's just yeah. It all depends, and you're right. Location is by size. It gets to be hard. So see, that's what I mean. I mean, you already claim your stake there. You know where to go and what where to take your equipment, and then the do stuff's like, hey, okay, let's try it here in this spot because I've been always wanted to try and see what happens with newer stuff. So yes, absolutely. I do the same thing at the museum. When I get new stuff, sometimes I'll just go up there to test it out and see how it works, and if it doesn't, then that's the point where I send things back sometimes, or I keep them and try them in different locations. You never know what will work and what won't work. Sad to say, you wish everything would work, right? I mean, we spend all our hard-earned money on these pieces of gear, and some just don't work, and some do. So that's it can be a very expensive hobby for gear wise, but when you get that one piece of data or evidence on a piece of gear, yeah, it definitely charges you. Oh yes, that one too. I remember that mansion you were telling me about. It's a nice looking place. Oh, so see that like tripwire, yeah. Music lantern. That's pretty cool. That's what you want to see. So for those that are looking for my live, here I'll in fact I'll reshare it. See if it'll pop up on here. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows these days? Um, Sometimes things don't work the way how I want them to work. Let's see here. Get your questions in a minute there. Just trying to get this live shared. Let's see here. Oops, that's not what I want. Pardon me, folks. Just working on something real quick here. Um, you can try the YouTube channel, MGS Paranormal at 4258. Um, huh, strange. Anyhow, let's get back to the questions here. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Welcome to the show. We're doing open topic. Okay. See, that's just everybody's got to start somewhere while they investigate, and you know, cat balls and your phone. Then maybe that if that's all what you got on you, that's just how it goes. Sometimes when it comes to gear, I think we have too much gear, and we kind of, and for me anyway, when I have it all set out, it's like, oh man, it's like, what do you want to choose? And then you start deciding like, okay, well, maybe I don't need this here, and I'll use this somewhere else. You start to really condense your gear down to what your things that you use most of the time, and have that in one box, and then stuff that you use partial of the time in another. So Yeah, I get caught up on stuff too. That's the sucky part about having all sorts of gear. You like a lot of things that are out there, but do they necessarily work for your location? Yeah, yeah, they do get frustrated. I think so too. Um, you know the place is active, you know the spot is active, and then you get this out, you get that out, you get this out, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, pick one. Which one do you want to light off? Which one do you want to set off? We're hoping that it sets this other piece of gear off first before it sets off the other stuff, but sometimes that's just not the case where it just won't do nothing. It's like we almost flee frightening it away, and it it doesn't show itself, or it doesn't want to be active. So, yeah, I totally agree with that. Too much gear can be too confusing for spirits at times. So, definitely, um, kind of pick and choose what gear you get. A lot of times I do use cat balls. I think cat balls are good. Going outside the box is another big thing of mine. We all had the same similar pieces of gear, and you see it all the time on Facebook. You see it all the time on YouTube and TikTok now. So I do pay attention to what those other people are using and try and do something different that people don't see a lot of. Oh, okay. Well, hospitals are a really cool location too. That's a place that I'd like to investigate is hospitals. I think it's a lot more fun. Um, oh yeah, batteries. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's sometimes it doesn't even matter if you charge your piece of gear up, um, and then you go to the location and it's already dead. I've had that happen to me quite a few times. It's like I swear I just charged this, and now it don't work. The tripwire by Ghost Tube, sorry, Ghost Stop, the tracer. I have the most hardest time with that piece of gear because you got to roll these things out. They don't lay flat sometimes because they're rolled up for long periods of time. So then they just, they form that way. And sometimes you get your false positives on there. So that one's a little tricky piece of gear. I like it. Supposed to replace using powder, looking for footsteps and stuff like that. But if I could, I would like to resort back to powder for footsteps and all that stuff. I think the old style of investigating has kind of went off to the wayside, which I wish it wouldn't. I like a lot of those tactics. Interesting. Um, yeah. See, like I said, hospitals are really cool. I like hospitals. Yeah, I mean it's just something that you see all over the place. Back in the old days, this is what they did. They shook powder. Um, but there's other things that I try to use as well. Use combination of pieces of gear instead of like here, 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 here. It's like a combination. Like you're playing a video game, right? So when you're playing like a fighting game, whatever you have to do, that's up, down, left, right, A, trigger, whatever, to do this one special move. It's kind of like the same thing what I do with paranormal gear. I take this to go with this, to go with that, to go with this, to create a certain kind of atmosphere to trigger, so to speak. Um, yeah, yeah, old school tactics. I like that. I mean, I use Plasma balls, I like that because it does charge the room up really good. Yeah, I've seen those. I think Addict Junkie makes those too, I believe. Um, but yeah, like like I said before, it's like I use a combination of things, and hold on a second, guys. Oh no, uh, my guest that was possibly coming on tonight has a storm going on and lost all power, so we probably won't be seeing him tonight. But Um, now, like I was saying, like tactic wise, yes, old school. I always like, when you watch The Conjuring and then watch the guy that plays Ed Warren in that, he's got the microphone with the tape deck type deal, the reel to reel stuff. I thought that was kind of cool and trying to find something like that, use that for a tactic, but you can't find those anymore. And if you do, they're really expensive. But plasma balls I use to see if I can A, charges up the room. B, I want to see them try and touch it. I think that would be pretty cool to catch on camera. Um, so yeah, that's just one of those things that I like to do. Um, yeah, you're right. Storms do help boost situations. Absolutely, 100%. We were at an asylum once. Few months back, and that was a massive storm going through, uh, and it was pretty cool because it really did intensify certain areas of the. But the thing is, what I learned about storms too is that it does set off some of your equipment. Believe it or not, it sets off your equipment with the lightning and all that stuff. So that's where you can get your false positives because we actually sat there. We had a tripwire out there. Actually, somebody else had a tripwire out there in the hallway, and we sat there and watched the window when it stormed or when it lightninged. And every time it lightninged, the tripwire would go off. So that's a new thing. I just found that out, which is interesting. Yeah, the bash. I've heard a lot of things about the bash. At some point, maybe I'll get out there. Sometimes those things are a little harder for me to get out there, depending on ticket sales and how expensive flights are out there. But it's something I would like to see to be out there, just to experience it and see what it's like. I know a lot of people have been out there. BB3's been out there. Paranormal Brew, Sharon, Taryn has been out there a lot. Yeah, yeah. So, um, but yeah, a lot of times, like I said, I use the tracer with the fog machine with a laser grid. And the tactic behind that is to see if I could catch spirits walking through there. Oh, here we go. Maybe.
Big brother, what's up?
Good. What's going on with you, buddy?
Another day, they say in paradise. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
So, you have a storm going on, huh?
Yeah, house lost power for a minute. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning.
Yeah.
You think Garth Brooks is outside.
Thunder rolls.
Yeah, you got a little queasy joke. Look at all these comments. Oh, Carmen. What's up, Carmen?
Yeah, we're cooking tonight.
What's happening? What are we doing? What are we doing tonight? Let's talk about things.
So we're talking about paranormal stuff. Whoops.
Good.
We're talking about
Be safe.
just open
I'll
topics.
stand outside with a kite, Carmen, with a key on it.
And we are actually having a cold one while we're talking.
Are you? Good. Me too. Cheers to you, buddy.
Mm-hmm. So, but we are talking paranormal, and so for those of you, me and Dom have been talking a lot,
Yeah.
and he has lost interest in the paranormal and doesn't really believe in much of it anymore. And that happens to people because when you don't get a lot of stuff, sometimes that
Oh, I
glitching.
lost you or what?
No, I'm here.
Okay, there you are.
I might have been glitching. Who knows?
Yeah, glitch.
So, but like I said before, Dom has kind of lost touch with the paranormal. Sometimes when you do it for so long, and sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to work out, you kind of lose interest with it.
Yeah, with
Um,
everything. With
right.
everything.
So let's talk about Dom. So why does the paranormal not interest you anymore, and why you really don't believe in it much anymore?
So the first question is very, it strikes heavy. Um, where it's like, say the first question again, let's break it down. And let's go from there.
Okay. So the first question is what got you to stop believing in the paranormal? Hey, Amy.
Well, what stopped me got believing in the paranormal was the simple fact that I did a shit ton my entire life, and I actually have evidence to show there's paranormal. So will everyone say, well, you don't believe in it, so what's the point of you saying you don't believe in it anymore? It's the people who keep doing these groups, these paranormal groups and ghost hunting societies and all this type of bullshit that makes me stop believing in it, because not one group has found a ghost. And I could actually show you something that I believe in, that I know I found a ghost, and you would tell me I'm lying to you.
Well, I mean, evidence is evidence, whether you got it or not. But the thing is, if you can show it, you can show it.
But I
Uh,
also did, that one piece of evidence took years to do. I
and then,
spent 4 years in a house by myself, in order to get that one piece of evidence. And you can't prove that to nobody. They'd say you're crazy. Um, all that type of shit. Where it's like, you know what? I believe in it the way I believe in it.
hmm
And this was a paranormal network beforehand. Not
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, there's a few scragglers along the way.
Well, we talked about tonight just ditching all paranormal, but because somebody like you, Nick Mulai, I still believe in you. You haven't done me wrong. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's you know what I talked about before. Everybody in the paranormal people field has options.
indeed.
We can talk about it. That's the thing. We can talk about it because everybody has opinions about it. And
Sure.
that's what makes it good because you have opinions. Just like Carmen was saying before about data and evidence, that when you have a team, you have somebody else there to see your evidence to back you up with it, to make sure that, okay, is this what I'm really seeing? What do you see? Which is a good tactic. Sometimes being by yourself can be a lot harder, and you don't have those extra
Yeah, of
set of
course.
eyes.
Well, what's also crazy is, like, I can't break character here because I always do, but I always like wants to bring a tear to my eye and shit like that. As much research as I've done, hanging out in these paranormal fields, like how much I loved ghosts, how to find ghosts, not because of the situation where it's like I'm trying to find a ghost because I'm trying to find a ghost. I'm trying to find a ghost to figure out where I'm going. I want to find my dead friends. I want to say hello to my grandma. I want to say hello to my friends who are long past and shit like that. But like, I did it for different reasons other than this. And then when I see people capitalizing on it, like as far as, I'm gonna pay a psychic, all horseshit. Now we could go into a lot of shit that you're gonna tell me that she's talking to me. Bullshit. She would have talked to me. They would have talked to me all through and through. This is what's losing my interest in paranormal. I believe there's something more to this world. And I believe when I started practicing ghost hunting by myself, I stayed by myself and I kept a couple by myself,
Hmm.
All the horseshit in between was the people, oh, do you hear this? Do you hear that? No, you know what? I fucking don't. You're looking for things. You have to sit and research. You're never going to find a ghost in one night. You have to find things in order to fucking understand the paranormal field. There is a different spectrum of life. And you're not going to find it in one night. For these people to do conventions and have your fucking banner up, I'm this ghost hunting team, I'm this. Well, what'd you find? You didn't find dick, did you?
Well, well, and that's the thing. And like I said, you are right to have your opinion on paranormal stuff, just like I am. You know, just like she does, like he does, like Amy does. That's where I get into where I like how things go. Hey, Bob, how you doing? Um, and it's healthy. It's very healthy to have opinions about this stuff because if you're so one-sided when it comes to paranormal stuff, and nothing ever gets solved
Yeah.
because you're all one-sided. So if you have these different opinions about the stuff, it really helps. It helps conversations. It helps shows
Yeah.
like this to have that conversation. Why you're so one-sided,
But I
you
also
know?
don't think like people should be making millions of dollars on paranormal things like those ghost hunter guys, like not calling them out, but I mean, they're making $1 million a fucking year on their shows that they're doing, especially that, the Bagans guy, that Jason Hawes guy, all that type of shit. They're making a shit ton of money and they still haven't proven shit. They're just doing TV shows. Who gives a shit? You still
Yeah.
haven't proven to me that like goddamn when I die here, I'm safe. I'm going to see my friends and other shit. They none of them have proven shit, but yet they're given a paycheck here on Earth.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. And yet, thousands of paranormal groups like yourself, what I've done, all this type of shit, we're all horse shit, because we don't have a TV show. No one's proven shit, you know.
I see TV shows are okay. Okay. But what I like about the TV shows is it shows different equipment. It shows different locations. That's another two big reasons why I watch the shows. But I don't watch all of them because I don't like the tactics. I don't like the rhythm how they go.
Yeah.
And it goes down to location about your energy. So whatever energy you bring into that location will determine if you get something or not.
But
And
I
a
gotta
lot,
I gotta fight you on this one too. I gotta fight you on this one too because I work in a hospital. Everybody dies every day, right? So it's
yeah,
like you say location, you say, Fort Mifflin, all this horse shit, like as far as like this is the most haunted place in the world, but people die in this hospital every day. And yes, I feel things because, they say I have psychic abilities. Maybe I do. And I hope I don't. I feel things, all this type of shit. And I'm not going to tell you, hey, your grandmother's watching you. I don't want to feel this shit. But like, why isn't this hospital in the world considered one of the most haunted places in the world when there's fucking one, two, three, four, maybe 3,000 hospitals on the way to your house? When everybody dies and spirits go up that way. If you look at a satellite reading that day of the clouds and the structure of like say Google Maps, you look at the entire structure. What
hmm
if they said, well, let me show you all the ghosts floating up? The entire world, you wouldn't even see it, right? Because of everybody dying every day.
well, so what happens when you die? Some people, some spirits will show
Are
themselves.
you telling me this because you know, or are you telling me your thought process of what happens when we die?
Well, this is my thought process. Okay. So when people die, all right, sometimes they will show themselves right away. Sometimes it takes them forever to show themselves. When that loved one really wants to see them really bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine, Cynthia. Okay. Her husband passed in 2020. Really great friend of mine. Both of them are. And, she misses him all the time. He still hasn't shown himself to her yet. So it takes time. It all depends. There's some signs, yeah, that he's like messing around with her. Could be, potentially. But and the same thing too, when we go on these investigations, 95% of the time, we don't know who we're even talking to.
Right. And That's the thing. We could be talking to the
Unless the
sky.
clues show themselves. You give a clue, does it answer back? You try.
Right.
It's like putting a puzzle together.
Are we all fucking crazy talking to the sky? Like, I see Bob Burnell's comment and shit like that, but it's one of these things where it's like, you take guys like Jason Hawes and all that shit, it brought attention to the field. Attention was the word. And you say the moneymaker was nothing but Zach Bagans and shit like that. You could take them, but none of them still, with all their money in their pocket, they won't help you in your ghost hunting. It's hard to get them on podcasts, things like that. They're all famous people now for showing a bunch of shit that still doesn't exist, right?
Well, and that's it's all TV entertainment. It's for entertainment
Right.
purposes. Okay.
Now, do I believe in a ghost? You goddamn right I do.
And that's the thing. You do. You still do. But it happens on your time. When it happens to you, it happens to you. When it happens to me, it happens to me. They don't show themselves when they want to. That's the thing.
Right.
We wished that they would show themselves when they want to, on time, on command. We wish that would happen. But it doesn't
Do
happen
you
like
want me
that.
to do a second real quick? Stay tuned. Next commercial. Watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then,
It's
oh my God, it was just a creak in the floor. Come
you
on,
know,
man.
and that's
Come on,
the thing.
man.
That is called the bait and switch. You know.
Jason tells truth, and he doesn't act like. No, I didn't say he acts like Zach Bagans, but
No.
honestly, they're all on the same page. I met Jason for like a second. Seemed like a very good dude. I shook his hand. Fucking strongest grip I've ever had in my life because he was a plumber, and he found a ghost and got rich. I don't have any compassion or anything for any of these ghost hunters or shit like that because it's a ghost hunter. You're not famous. You're just finding something that everybody else is trying to do. If 1,000 people got in the world and said, we're going to find a ghost, all got together without arguing with people, without all these fights and shit like that, I've found nothing but drama in the paranormal community with people who literally still haven't found shit. Thank God he got rich. Thank God Zach Bagans got rich. They found their niche as far as like, yeah, fuck, we just fucking rattled you in here.
No, I get that. I understand that completely.
It's a different plane of existence. Not
Yeah.
No, I understand that. Whoever that is, like,
That's my
I
friend Amy.
believe in a different plane of experience. Like, that's the whole fucking thing where it's like, you know what? God damn it. You know what? I want to see my dead friends. I want to know I'm going to be okay. I ghost hunt because I'm fucking scared. But yet they make it to put $1 in their pocket and they can't tell me a fucking thing. Yet there's meet and greets and lines to fucking shake hands with somebody who hasn't fucking shown a fucking thing in their life.
Yeah.
Who rained on your parade, Dom? 4 years of fucking dealing with the same bullshit people. That's what rained on me, Bob.
Yeah. And no, it's okay. It's okay to express your feelings because you get frustrated. We all get frustrated with the
I think
paranormal
it's
stuff.
all horseshit.
And
Like what they do.
I know. And that's the thing. That's your opinion. And you're entitled to your opinion, just like everybody else is. Me, I don't care to be on TV or anything like that because it doesn't interest me because what you see on TV and what you do personally off of TV are two different things. There's a TV investigation way, and then there's your personal investigation where there's no lights, no cameras on you. You going and investigating, you find stuff on your own. Now, not to say that sometimes say, hey, I found this, I found that. Okay, you're giving your word what you find, but it doesn't mean that they'll find what you found. Okay,
I get it.
So it's all about personal experiences.
Do you know that these people like so let's just throw this. There was a girl I wanted to date, right? I liked her a lot. And I don't know how shit didn't happen, but like she got in trouble in a fucking little ghost hunting world and she was telling me what they're doing. Oh, we're bringing these people in about $40 a person. About $40 a person. We're handing them these little fucking tools that they think that they're gonna find a ghost that night, and we're racking in $40 fucking per night, and you're not gonna find shit. I have proven to myself ghosts exist. I needed to do that for me, and I did it for my own. Bob, I did the same goddamn reason. That's my fight. Because I've proven it to myself too. I have proven that ghosts exist. I'm fucking trying to say that nobody else fucking is trying to prove it. They're in there for their own pockets.
See, now,
I agree with you.
yeah, and the thing is like, okay, when you talk about locations, you don't find nothing. All right, we use digital voice recorders, all right, and we use them for a reason, because if our gear doesn't go off, which a lot of times our gear does go off, doesn't mean we're going to see a spirit or an apparition in our face. But when you catch that EVP, okay, that's a cool find, because sometimes EVPs can be really cool. So that's what I like about some of that stuff. I have found so many EVPs. It's like, it's crazy.
But can I also explain to you with the comments too, going through the sections, if you see what people are saying, honestly, I know ghosts exist. I've proven to myself, and I've told you even in this like interview, I know they exist. It's that own personal feeling where you know it exists, but we still can't prove it. Yet we know that we can prove it, to you with our story, and still can't fucking prove it. That's the thing that's bothering, because you know what? We're not making any money on it. We're literally telling you, Darren, on your paranormal show, Nick Muley, all these people that, hey, you know what? Here's my ghost experience. And you don't believe us. We're crazy. Oh, ghosts don't exist and things like that. But everybody in their life has had a paranormal experience in their life, whether it's through a dream, through nothing. Yet we make all these ghosts, groups and things like that. We get into fights because of jealousy and all this type of shit. Everybody's fighting each other, swinging hands and all this type of shit, making $1 million when people are still fucking poor, like to find a ghost.
There you go.
Who is
Beer.
that? I like him.
But the thing is, well, hold on. So now with all that, like I said, we're talking about evidence. You have evidence to show. Now, here's the other.
Show it because you tell me I'm fucking crazy, and you say, "Well, maybe there's someone else in the room." I don't show it.
There's a lot of us that are crazy. A lot of people think us we're crazy, but
believe it or not,
that goes with the field, though.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Carmen was in the room when I showed her part of my evidence with that big ass growl, and so was JT and all them, and the Gettysburg Bash thing. And I said, this is what I don't show people because no one's going to believe me. And everybody felt sick to their stomach. Carmen, am I wrong with that?
Yeah. That comes with a lot of stuff too. It's like, I also have photos, something. Yeah. I've seen photos. The problem is, when you want to show stuff, you have stuff, you want to show stuff. The problem is when you put it on Facebook, you put it on YouTube, you put it on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, people tear it apart. Sure. And that's why a lot of people are afraid to show their stuff. Me, I don't care either way. I'll show what I find. You like it, you don't like it. Well, that's your decision. I know what I saw. I know what I caught here, and that's all that matters because I know it. I don't care what
I believe in you more than I believe in like Jason Hawes and shit like that. To be honest with you, because you're more a wholesome person. Honestly, you speak to me in a way where it's like I believe you, and we're one-on-one all the time and shit like that. You don't make $1 million. Neither do I. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you love what you do. You love ghost hunting. You love the aspect of fucking research.
Love research. I love experiments. I love to use people as experiments.
Yeah. It's somebody like you that deserves that $1 million and shit like that. Not that he didn't deserve it, but I'm
not entertaining enough.
Right. That's the thing. Oh, this is Thursday. What I have non-edited. I don't know. Carmen, I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I know, like, yeah, I believe her. Honestly, I don't believe, like,
she's got a lot of stuff she showed me. So she's,
and
that's pretty damn cool.
She's so involved in paranormal that, like, I don't know why she don't have her own show and show what she has. Yet, we're in these things where she just puts up comments and shit. Carmen's good enough for this whole paranormal field.
Oh, yeah.
More than people who fucking put themselves in there, who have booths.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm not. When it comes to paracons and stuff like that, do I like them? Yes and no. And the reason why it's such a mixed feeling about that stuff is because, oh yeah, see, she sent me stuff on messenger on Facebook about stuff, and when it comes to the
I think she
paracons
sent you
and the
something right now
shows,
to put on here. I think that's what she's saying.
yeah, I really like meeting people, hearing stories, getting to know them, maybe possibly get a residential case or something. You know, um, those are what it is. Okay, it's about um, socializing, with other people. But in the same aspect, there's a lot of BS that goes with it.
Yeah, there's a shit ton.
Yeah,
There's a jackass in the world who like has a little doll and a lantern, goes to every convention and shit like that. I don't mention no names, but yeah, a complete jackass. Don't know shit, honestly.
mm,
So like next year when I go to the bash, I plan on making the BB3 wall, bringing all you fuckers there, say it don't happen and shit like that, and having a little hallway behind and setting a scry mirror in the back with all I fucking collected that's actually haunted like these dolls. Maybe they're not haunted. I don't know. Let everybody investigate the whole fucking thing of it. As far as I knew, they were all haunted.
yeah,
1950s Ouija boards, all these dolls I collected. But yet, I'm still sitting here in a fucking room and not pushing it on. I think fucking, maybe I should start exploring the collections I made throughout the years, right?
right, right. You know, and that's the thing. Okay, so there are certain things that people have a hard time believing into the paranormal stuff. Like me, when it comes to like portals. Okay, portals. I'm on the fence with because I don't really believe too much in portals unless I can actually jump into it.
I already like Ian Adams.
So, um, but yeah, it's portals. If I could jump into it and see what the other side is, great. I would believe in them, but I don't. They're hard to. They're hard to believe in that stuff. Mirrors. Now, scrying mirrors, a lot of people can do it, and they have good success doing it.
Let me give
But
you a secret.
I have a
Portal,
hard time with it. My disability, that's something that's hard for me. So I can't say anything about it because I wouldn't try it.
What's your disability?
Uh,
What?
uh
Looking at
I'm
yourself in a mirror? That's a joke. I'm just fucking with you.
like a vortex. Yeah. And like everything's a portal nowadays. A mirror's a portal.
No,
Uh, everybody wants to call something a portal, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I can't. I cannot believe in something like
nothing.
that.
There are portals. I believe in that. I honestly believe in that. You could feel them in your own soul as you walk through the entire earth itself, like Arizona and shit like that. Yes, there are. So mirrors, if you look at mirrors, things like that are definitely, gateways because it's a reflection, bending lights and shit like that. So the scry mirror is black. So it's like, you see
Does it
the
always
true.
have to be black?
With a scry mirror, I believe so because you get the true reflection and no kind of light. I don't want to be scientific on this because everything I've done when I do ghost hunting, I go back to basics. I literally go back. I don't use any electronics other than a recorder. That and everything is, yeah, absolutely. That's and then horse shit, Ian. Honestly, everything is
Yeah.
fucking demon. It's really fucking not.
It's only 2%, I believe it's demon,
Everything has got
and
a
I have
reason.
not yet seen one. So
Everything is for fucking attention nowadays. But like I use
right,
this primer, it's gotta be black. I only use Ted Van Son, he wrote a very good book as far as like the old school economics or whatever the fuck the word may be of how to go hunt, like bells and whistles and powder and all that shit. Go back to basics. You
yeah,
go back to
old
basics for
style.
everything. Old school, and
Yes,
that's the way to go. And I use scry mirrors, I use rituals if I want to find a ghost, and I've been very successful of what I've done in my past. However, though, I've done a lot of things that I still can't prove, to anybody. It's like, oh, this guy's fucking nuts. Yeah, maybe, but I've done it. and I've seen it. You know, I bled on Ouija boards and shit like that to find out this whole paranormal field. But at the same time, you know, I stopped believing it because everybody else made me sick of it. Made me sick to my goddamn stomach about it. You know?
Well, and you know what? I was very close to that too, of just getting up and leaving
Yeah.
because you know, I have met some challenges, and it's like it does rain on your parade. It does put you in a certain mood about wanting to do this. But then when the thing is, though, when it does put you in that mood, and you're like, oh well, you know what? God damn it, you know why did this happen? Why did that happen? Now you have an investigation coming up. Okay, my energy is awful. So, and other people want to go. So what happens? I stay home
Yeah.
because that ruins those people's investigation with
Yeah.
my bad energy. You know.
Man,
So
I've seen live investigations on here with people I've known. Live investigations. We're going live in this house to ghost hunt. Everybody's goddamn partying, drinking, hanging out. There's so much goddamn noise in the house and shit like that. What are you doing? You're not investigating shit. You're just getting likes and follows and subscribes. You're not ghost hunting. This is where, like, man, I want to fucking bite at the
yeah,
at the fucking. But I don't say no names and shit like that because I respect that, and I don't respect many others. But however, though, I see what they're doing, and you know, this is the fact that, like, man, I don't want to be a part of this world anymore as far as this fucking like finding a ghost shit because you know what? I fucking I have my own demons and shit like that, but I found my peace with knowing that there's something more,
hmm
you know? And nobody wants to listen to it that it exists. And nobody wants to actually truly know the fucking answer without there being a big ass party. It is Facebook to not just paranormal, it is how we communicate the cause of problems. I agree.
yeah. Facebook. I see. I like Facebook when it comes to investigations because it gives me the chance to watch other teams investigate and how they approach different styles and how they approach different situations. I like that because you're learning about the location, why it is haunted, and you get to know the people. Now, when you get to know these people, is it people that you want to investigate with, or is it people you just want to watch only?
Well, that's the true basics of paranormal, isn't it?
It is, but I like that though.
So why has it stopped?
It stopped on Facebook for a reason, I think, because people want to try new platforms. For one, people want to get into the TikTok world with paranormal investigations, and it's a little bit, I think, unforgiving a little bit.
Bob, you know, more than we would say face to face, you know what? I goddamn I would go at anybody face to face. And that's part of my problem too, where it's like, I'm not afraid of anybody and I don't give two shits about like a lot of things. And I actually give a fuck about everybody's feelings. I really do. But I realize people don't give a fuck about a lot of shit that breaks everybody else's heart,
hmm
including posts and shit as you see on everyone's Facebooks, you know,
You know,
whether right
everybody
or
gets
wrong.
butt hurt.
Yep, including every, you know, in the comments and shit like that. Like you could see it. Like everybody in the comments always put something in Facebook that fucks with people and pisses people off and shit like that. But you know what? It's one of these things where this world is no place to get along in anymore, and we made it this way.
And that's the sad truth. We did make it this way. It really is. But everybody, you know, I'm going to put this on point. Everybody is weird, strange, in their own kind of way.
No,
We're
Bob, I
all
get it.
we're
I
all
get it.
crazy in our own kind of way.
Yeah,
So not every, it's not, oh, this person's not crazy, that person's not crazy, that person's got his head on straight. No, we all got our own weird. We all got our own crazy shit. That's just
yeah.
life. That's how it goes.
But you know, get back to the basics of ghost hunting. Like so, where does come back into play as far as like, you know what, we're going this weekend, not, I'm just saying, like in general, if you have a group and we're saying we're going this weekend to find a ghost, and
Mm.
you hype up this whole fucking event, right? We're going to
Yep.
find a ghost. Do you?
But the thing is, if you don't, it's the location we like to be at. It's people we like to be with. Um,
That's
and
a
that
family
and that
gathering to
counts.
me. That's a
That
family
counts.
gathering. Just, find a
It
spot, say in like East LA somewhere, like at a Mexican restaurant, everybody have a family gathering. Like now you made a very good point here where it's like everybody wants to be together. Everybody wants to do this what we love.
right,
Now that's where ghost hunting hits key to a heart. Where it's like if you did a show where it's like, you know what? We're probably not gonna find shit this weekend, but we're a bunch of people who love each other. We're gonna fucking not be a bunch of assholes on camera. We're gonna try to do evidence and we're gonna enjoy our time together.
yeah.
This is how we are going to ghost hunt. Not we are going ghost hunting this weekend and we're fucking gonna show you some shit. No. If you
You can't
describe it
promise that
different,
stuff.
right. If you describe it different, where it's like, you know what? I'm hanging out with my fucking people I want to be around, and we're doing what we love to do. We don't
Yeah,
find shit. Fuck it.
yeah,
At least we found each other. Done deal.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's plenty of EVPs that I have
It's always a
found.
miss.
You know, yeah, it is always a hit or miss. She's right.
Yeah,
Everybody will agree with that.
it's never fucking like on
We
point.
can we can pay and be at a location for 8 hours, 14 hours, and get jack shit.
Yeah,
Like I said before, okay, so we didn't get jack shit, but then when we go over our EVP, our recorders, and find EVPs, that's the kind of cool shit that I find.
yeah,
I have forward a lot of my EVPs to people that I've caught and say, hey, is this your voice? It's not. It's somebody
yeah.
else's voice.
Well,
So
I used to look for coins on the ground. That could be my grandmother. She said, "Don't ever take any wood nickels," and she used to pick up pennies. And I always look on the ground for coins, and I find them. And said, "Thanks, Nan." That's my ghost hunting experience anymore.
yeah, I mean, we all have our different ways of doing things, and that's the beauty of it.
That's the Ian hit it right on the head. That's my fucking point of everything. Private dude.
Yeah,
He's smart. You should have him as a guest.
yeah.
You really should have him as a guest on your fucking show.
Well, we'll do it. I'll get him on. I'll set up a date with him, and then we can get it on Monday.
Boy,
On
that's
a Monday.
that's a. I mean, it might be a rage of a show by fist fight at the end, but he seems like he's on point. He gets it. I
No,
don't.
he that's and see there you go. That's what I like. This is why it's called open topic. This is why people can give their opinions, their views on the paranormal field.
Yeah.
You know,
What about
instead
psychics? What do you think of them?
psychics are hit or miss. Psychics, you really got to put them to the test. Not everybody's a psychic. And unfortunately, we live in a society today where everybody thinks they're a psychic.
There it is, right there. Look him. Hey, you got him on right now, and I'll edit. Ian, you thank me later, buddy.
So, here, hold on. Let's try this. I was going to try a tactic here.
You're gonna
Let's see. See if you could click on that link.
Is he gonna come on?
If he wants to come on, he could come on.
I wouldn't mind it.
But that's the link. He can try. There you go. So if you haven't used StreamYard before, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we could play tonight a little bit. We could talk.
Yeah, if he wants to come on, once again, here I'll get that off, so you can try that link that's on down below us, and see if you want to come on. So this is a try. I have never done this before, so I want to see if that link's going to work.
Sure.
Otherwise, if it doesn't, Ian, contact me on Messenger, and we will schedule a time to have you come on as a guest.
Just messenger him right now. Let's get into an argument tonight. Let's have fun. Yeah, how much longer you got? You've been on 59 minutes.
Really? Holy crap!
I'll stay another 2. We argue all night. I don't care, but I'm having a good time, and I appreciate talks like this. There's Chris Bender. Get him on right now.
Yeah, there you go.
We going in.
That's one.
See, they are doing it. Let's do it. Let's play.
Let's see if they want to come in. Come on in.
Let's debate ghosts, guys. Honestly, like a very friendly conversation about ghosts. I mean,
yeah. Let's see if who wants to come on. Come on. Like I said, it's a try of a link. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I could set something up.
I think Carmen did something on there that actually put the link in there.
Okay. Then,
my voice is not so great right now. Why I'm texting? Just get your ass in here.
Yeah. Whoever wants to.
Can you link in the chat? Carmen did it. Look up to Carmen. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 up, maybe 5. 7 up. You're oh my god. 6 up. 6 up. Look up. As a matter of fact, you could probably do it too, bro. And honestly, this is not an argument where we're gonna like yell at each other all night. We're gonna talk about paranormal and why.
There's the link. So
yeah,
whoever wants to come in, try to come in.
So what you need to do, Ian, is go to Safari, paste it, and put it in there. I believe it's Safari that does it best, even though I don't enjoy it. But Safari it, and then you probably on your phone or whatever, right? If you're on your cell phone.
You can do it.
Yeah, and then just go from there. You put in a name, and then you just follow the steps.
Yep.
It costs nothing, honestly.
Nope. Just as long as you have a microphone and a camera.
Yeah, and you'll just be in here with us.
Mm-hmm. If not, let's gather a list of things. Because right now, for me on the fly, it's kind of hard to do it. So we could do a show with everybody in the comments and do another open topic, and they all could come in then.
Yeah, I'm on mobile. Just follow that link and then just go through Safari. I'd love to talk to you tonight.
Yep.
Man. You seem like we're on the same page. No link. Chris Bender says no link. Okay. Darren, do me a favor. Send me the link on my messenger. I'm gonna try to find Ian Adams.
Are you using your phone?
No, of course not. I'm in the studio.
Okay. Yeah. The link is still in your phone.
All right. I'm gonna Okay. I'm gonna send this one to Chris.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to find Ian.
Yep.
All right. The link is now to Chris.
Okay.
Now let me find Ian. Ian Adams. Man, there's so goddamn many of you.
It's the thing is that
I don't know what your Facebook looks like, man. I have a bunch of you sent right now. So why don't you send me a friend request to Dominic Sandacero, and then from there I'll just send you a link. I don't know how to give you a link right now. Copy and paste the one that Carmen sent above, and then go to your Safari and paste it in. I'm on Paranormal Brew. What do you mean Paranormal Brew? She's on right now. She's in Tampa, Florida. God damn it, I should see her right now.
Well, I have all this sent over to Paranormal Brew BB3 and my YouTube page.
I gotta go look at Paranormal Brew quick while we're live.
Well, she's in Florida, ain't she?
Yeah, Karen? That's what I'm saying. I'm a little bit annoyed. Oh, because you're going to Paranormal Brew. She's not on live. You're on Paranormal Brew live. Jesus Christ, see?
Yeah.
You got me all worked up for nothing.
It's easy to do.
Yep. So is anyone coming in to fuck with us or what? Let's hear your ghost stories. I'm not on BB3. I'm on Paranormal Brew. Oh, Carmen, thanks for that, by the way.
Yep.
Not for being on BB3, but the Paranormal Brew. Thank you.
But yeah, we're all here.
Bet you're a friend. You get a lot of likes to different pages.
Come on now, don't get all butt hurt now.
I'm not butthurt. Who can be butthurt?
We were just talking about being butt hurt. And now you get all butt hurt. No, just
No,
kidding.
just fucking around. Like honestly, like as we joke around with all this type of shit. What's up, Derek? What are you up to? No, don't switch. Honestly, don't switch. I'm just joking. Derek, you missed a lot. We talked a lot of shit about ghosts and all that right now.
Oh yeah. Hey Derek, welcome.
You know him?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was just on one of his shows, and he's gonna be on mine.
Here we go. It better. From the English language.
Come on now.
Jesus. Having a drink with cool. You should jump on here and have a drink with us.
Yeah, that's fine. Excuse me.
Like, yeah, let's have a drink and talk about paranormal and why I don't believe it exists anymore and why I do believe it exists. I mean, it's a catch-22 right there, 5150, but I think it's very healthy to talk about this shit,
It is healthy.
Yeah. And yeah, why I don't go out of my way to like actually be friends with like half these people and why I will never stand in line. Yes, can't ghostly encounter serious Fort Eternal Paranormal. Featuring.
Oop, sorry. Oop, too fast.
This is effing me up. You gonna have him on your show, that Derek guy?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good.
He's gonna be on the 22nd.
Cool. What does he do?
He's got his paranormal group, Eternal Paranormal.
Yeah.
Yep. He's out of Illinois.
Very good.
So.
Chris says that he's backstage. Are you paying attention, Darren?
Yes, I am. There we are.
There he is. Chris.
Welcome to the show.
Damn it, I had your back there, huh? You would have been sitting back there for days. Tom's World, fuck that shirt. Take that shit off.
It's the first one I grabbed out of my closet.
Yeah, I've been still waiting for a hat for fucking like years, and you get a fucking yellow t-shirt. Bullshit.
I
Why do I kick him off of the network as far as I have to pay for everything right now, that prick? I better get a t-shirt. Derek, what's going on, man? I hope you have a really good time with Darren. You chose a great host to be discussed with. Man, that's fucking awesome, bro. Yeah, Darren's fucking amazing. I love this guy. He's actually gotten close to me throughout the years as far as when we do the porch chat, things like that. I couldn't ask for a better brother, hanging with Darren. I really truly appreciate it.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, we get into a lot of different topics, and that's why I like it, because it makes it easy when people talk back to you instead of you talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
No shit.
So.
Still a little bit loopy from the wreck, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, I hope you're okay from that with the SpongeBob shirt. I almost feel like I'm looking at Rorschach looking at you because the whole fucking thing keeps changing.
Oh, I
Your
know.
shirt with it. Look at that.
My background.
Oh, yeah.
If I take my background off, it's all freaking messy back here, so I had to put something up real quick.
Darren interviewed Carmen. You interviewed her?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Very
Yep.
good.
Maybe about a year ago.
Wow.
So this is not my show. Darren, encounter him with Paranormal. Because I were able to say, Chris, I fucking hate Paranormal. What do you think? Go.
That's your choice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so like this, tonight is open topic night, and literally to discuss paranormal stuff. He had a vision that he wanted to talk about and kind of get off his chest a little bit to get him flat chested. So
I'm already. I lift so many weights and I still can't get big. I'm still a skinny little fuck. Look at that.
But I like doing this because sometimes the paranormal just needs to be talked about, and whatever subjects come into play. And this is the type of stuff I like to do because these discussions can go literally where you want it to go.
Right.
So
my basic theory on paranormal, it's like religion. You either believe in it or you don't. You believe in God or you don't. I mean, there's parallels in the middle and all that, but essentially, that's my basic. If somebody tells me, like Dom here says, "Hey, fuck the paranormal," fine, cool.
Yeah.
We got other things we can talk about. or
But
we can
that's
talk, or we can talk about that too, and talk and
yeah.
have a normal
See,
discussion.
now, like you were saying about the religion and stuff like in the paranormal, I like to keep religion and paranormal separate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think a lot of times when it comes to religion, people really get into it hardcore and try to put it into their investigations. And I think that hurts the investigation in a way because then it's like,
I actually think it makes it stronger.
I think it. See, now that's where we can agree to a disagree because I think it hurts it a little bit because you're there to do something, but then when you want to start throwing religion at the location you're at, I think it kind of paralyzes the investigation in a way.
Well,
What do you
let me
think?
ask you why. Let me ask you why you feel that way, and I'll tell you why I feel the way I do.
So I feel it is,
Like Carmen says.
yeah.
Well, I actually, it's the one time I'm actually going to say I think she's wrong too there.
But I just think that sometimes you could be way too much into religion to really hinder as to what you really are there to do. And sometimes it can hurt a location more or less.
Sure.
And that's why I don't like to bring the religion aspect of it into it unless there's an absolutely need for it. But when it comes to a need for that,
Exorcisms, you're saying, yes.
that's where you take the person out of the location, put them in where they can get themselves grounded. Then you can start working on them as to what their issue is.
But
that's right.
You gotta run back like 150 steps. That's why I don't agree with you, and this is why I don't also agree with Carmen either.
Okay.
In this situation, it's not
then
that
we'll give Chris's point of view.
Sure. It's one of these things where it's like you can't bring religion in, but the one thing everybody's trying to do is find out where we're going when we die. Now with the God thing, right? So, all right, is there a God? Like, am I going to God? Things like that. So you bring religion in, no matter what religion or fucking Islam, Catholic. Everybody's trying to find the God they are. So, the one because have you met God and all this type of shit, like all this shit. So I always bring religion into my experience with ghost hunting because it's something that I'm curious about. Not like, hey, what's your name? What's this? Hey, why? What happened here? Let me know what's going on. Can you show me, truth of the other world? It's not like I want to know your name and shit like that. Of course I want to know your name, but like there's investigations go deeper than what your name is, what your favorite color is. It's always going back to the fact that when we die, what are we really praying to? Shit like that. Are we in danger? Are we going to aliens? Are we going to this? What are we doing? These ghost huntings should be matched around what in the fuck is more and who is in charge. That's where religion comes into play with me.
Okay.
Hey, Dom, have you ever asked a spirit what their favorite sexual position is?
It's always missionary.
I'm sorry, I had to say it.
Oh, good.
I think religion can play a part in it, but I think Dom is going more the philosophical route of it. And that's fine. That's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, where are we going to go? Is there afterlife? That's fine. But then there's I don't know what to call it, scientific approach where you use the spirit boxes and you want to get that solid evidence.
The horseshit approach. The horseshit.
If that's what you want to call them, yes.
No.
So you can get that piece of evidence to be like, dude, here. And that's your solid evidence. Now, if somebody wants to believe that or not, who cares? People thought we were the center of the universe for 5,000 years or whatever they are. And we're not.
Yeah.
People thought leeches were the best way to do medicine, and it's not.
No.
You're right. You're 100% right there.
Yeah. I mean, that's just it. I mean, it's what you make of it. when you go
Yeah.
out to these investigations. It's what you put into it, with your energy, what you put into that
Yeah.
location, what you put into that experiment is
No,
your
I've
outcome.
seen some when I'm with Dom. I'm total horseshit. I'll see stuff and I'm like, that's total horseshit. That's
But
BS.
at the same time, Darren just said something so good. Like, Darren, say everything you just said.
Yeah, please say again. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying it's your energy, what you put into the investigation, what you put into your evidence, what you put into your experiment is what
Now,
you come out of it, is what
now,
you
what does
end
that
up with.
equal? Like, mathematically, what is that manifestation of what you want to put into it? Like, that's manifestation of like what you want to believe that you really experienced in that situation. Like, that's where really everything comes down to. It's like, you know what? You could tell me there's a ghost here and truly fucking believe it. And I walk in and say, God damn, this is the clearest house in the world. You came out with something when you say you do this, you do that. Just like when I said I went to those places, I did this, I did that. I could clearly come out and tell you what I did. And you walk in there and say, you're bullshit.
Yeah. And it might not like you. It might like me. It might like Darren. It might like my mom. It might like your mom. I mean, it might not talk to any of us.
Talk about my mom.
Hey.
You keep your words of my mom out of your mouth.
Yeah. But, it might like it. It might just like a random person we're just bringing in, or, some first time guy that's never investigated. It might not like how I'm dressed. It might not like this Tom's World shirt. Hell, whatever.
Sure. Well, I don't like Tom's World shirt either because I never got one. So fuck Tom.
I had to buy this one.
Let
Tom,
me share something with you guys. Let me share something with you guys that like something's still blowing my mind to this day. It's when I say I don't fucking believe in psychics. I believe in the walking ones, which is somebody I connected with in my life recently, and she don't speak English.
Okay.
And she literally sees something with me. She explains to me the tall black figure that everybody has said that's been haunting me. And she's trying to ask me questions about who is this? What do you do? And shit like that. And I show her little symbols of what, and like little things that she said, working, it's working, things like that. Like she doesn't speak English. We have no connection to life. She's literally from an entire Cuba,
oh, wow.
And still understands, what we do. And she goes, don't tell nobody. And then the entire world's going to hear right now. She goes, don't tell nobody I understand these things. So she keeps quiet in her own space. But when she gets comfortable with you, she tells you that there's something more. This is where I'm comfortable by believing in psychics. Because she wants to be hidden in the corner. And she tells me, there's this guy following you who just stays absolutely fucking quiet and lets you do your life, let you do your thing, but he's quiet and deadly silent, and it's fucking scary. Now, to me, that gives me heart palpitations because, it's scary. It's scary.
Well, I'm glad it's heart palpitations and not something else.
I believe. Yeah, I believe her. There's no reason I shouldn't believe her because she didn't know I was a ghost hunter. She didn't know I was in this fucking life. And she just came out of nowhere to tell me this. You know what I mean? Because she doesn't know how to look me up any other way. And that happened. And so anyway I go, like it makes me like fucking like strong-willed as far as I do believe that people do know things. But this is where my problem came in, where it's like these people who make money on it and people like her are totally separated from the world, and she wants nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
But who isn't out there trying to make a buck?
Well, her, according to that.
Everybody's trying to make a buck somewhere.
It depends on how much of a buck they're trying to make.
She is only a hospital worker, a doctor in Cuba and things like that, and does not want nothing to do with this world that we talk about right now. But yet
it probably scares her.
Fuck, dude. But she sees things, and that's where I came. I just understood, like.
Well, that's what happens when people see things. Sometimes it scares them because when we go on investigations, if we go out there and say we want to see this, you want to see that, but you know what? I always say, because when you get there, because you want to see this, it may happen and you
Yeah.
may not like what you see.
But what's scary is the same fact that everything she told me has been told for me for years, practiced in their house, and she's never met nobody.
Wow.
It's
How
the
did you
same
meet her?
fucking just through work.
Okay.
And
So
you'll never know.
okay.
Honestly, it's one of these things. She told me the same thing people have been telling me for years. And her and I were only 3 months in when she said, I gotta talk to you.
Okay. Well, no, I was just curious, if it was just like a social media or in person. In person.
Oh no, in person, because she could feel my feelings and shit like that. She knows when I'm sad and all that shit. And it's like it's the brother sister thing where it's like, you know how like you get respect from somebody when it's like you don't hit on them. She hates being hit on and all this type of shit. You it's a brother sister thing where it's
Right.
like, oh my god, what are you dating her because you guys work great together? No, it's the trust she put in me and the trust I put in her. It's that balance thing where it's like
Yeah.
I totally
Total
believe
respect.
what she's saying.
Respect. Yeah. No, I was
It's like
just
fucking
curious.
hot.
Make sure it wasn't somebody that popped up on like your Facebook is like, dude, to try and pull money
Yeah.
out of you, or something.
Yeah, no, like she wanted nothing to do with that, honestly. And
It's the
like,
ghost of Jim Morrison back there. That's what's chasing you down.
well, that's correct.
All right,
That's
Ian,
badass.
I'll have
I like
to.
that picture.
Okay,
I
on the
like
MGS page, I'll have to look at that when we're done with the show, Ian, and I'll get everything set up for you to be on the show on a
It's like the
Monday.
fucking Hat Man is chasing. Well, maybe it's me, the Hat Man, but no, I
Maybe it's
mean,
just
I don't know what the Hat Man is, but I mean, for her to say the same thing that's chased everybody out of that one house that I investigated in for 4 years straight, and she didn't know anything about it, that shit's weird to me. And
Yeah.
all the investigation, the one evidence I did have or do have comes out of that house. How do you prove it? I don't.
Yeah, you
Except that
can't.
one
That's
thing you
just
say,
it.
well, who else was in the house? Who else was in the house?
So
Oh,
let's get into the Top Hat Man. What you're talking about
I
that.
don't even know what that is. The Top Hat Man.
So the Top Hat Man happens along with sleep paralysis a lot lately.
Oh, okay.
And I want to have a discussion about sleep paralysis because some people want to use it as a medical term.
Thank
And
God,
then there's
Darren. Thank
and,
God. This is my favorite subject.
and some people don't want to use it as a medical term. Like me, I use it as a paranormal term because when you have to separate from a medical term and a paranormal term because when you're in sleep paralysis and you have all these shadow people that are around you looking over top of you, things are happening, you can't move physically, talk, scream, nothing. But then you have the medical side of it where sometimes it doesn't happen.
Is he dressed like SpongeBob?
I scared him away.
Get this back in here.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just shutting my door. My dog came and knocked it open.
So what do you think? See, my kid, when she was younger, she would have sleep paralysis a lot, and she would tell me that she would see the Top Hat Man outside of her room staring at her, but then she had these other shadow figures leaning over top of her.
Wow.
As she got older, it stopped happening.
I would like to answer this last because I have a very strong answer on this one. And it's heavily opinionated, but I really want to hear everyone's thoughts first.
All right. So, Chris, you want to go first?
He's the only one, Darren.
Right? And the other one, Top Hat Man, I had never heard of before this, so that's kind of interesting to me. The sleep paralysis, the term you use it with. I mean, obviously, as paranormal with the spirits, and it can happen. It can happen. I got sleep apnea, by the way, for that person putting that down there. Yep. So I know what that's about too.
Yeah.
You just wake up with the tightening in the chest and the blah blah blah. But anyway, and then
right.
There's the literal, because I border the fence, and I'm not trying to, but I always border the fence because there is sleep paralysis that is scientific too, I think. And you don't got Top Hat Man or shadows. Or I'm pointing over at my bed, my little sleepy area over here when I'm saying that. Because I've had stuff like that happen, and then I've had it happen where it's nothing, it's just my sleep apnea screwing with me. So it can be either way. So you can use it as a paranormal term if it happens. Like you said, your daughter, right, Darren?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, like your daughter, it's a paranormal term. Me with my sleep apnea, it's
medical.
Scientific, it's medical.
Right.
But I have woke up before I had that, And when I had my shit up at the Abbey, that's a whole nother story. And yeah, bad things happened there. And that, yeah, scared the hell out of me. And it was something paranormal, I think. And everyone that was there, including a psychic, but that's a whole nother issue too that we were kind of talking about.
Right.
But I'm not psychic, but the psychic saw it coming and forgot to warn me.
Yeah.
So, but
I
that's
have
kind of
yet to have it.
Sleep
I've
paralysis.
had the old hag syndrome. I've had that when I was younger, but that was it.
Yeah. So that's
So,
kind of
Dom.
my,
What's that?
I was just saying that's kind of me. I just
Yeah.
always kind of
Yeah.
try and balance the two theories. Try and balance the two worlds always and keep them in balance.
And it's hard. It's very hard because when you go sleep apnea, sleep paralysis, and then you get the term of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Astral projection.
Yeah,
That's where we're gonna go with me.
and that's
So-
a whole nother.
Now you have 3 different forms, not to mention with deja vu.
Yep, I've had deja vu.
deja vu. Yes.
So now you have 4 terms right there, including the same thing.
Yeah,
But what does it all represent around?
Mm-hmm.
if I take away the medical part of it, everything else I could say is some kind of trying to connect with the rest of the world or the rest of the spirit world, or they're
But-
trying to do bad things to you. They're trying to connect to you, or you're trying to connect to them.
But Chris, with the medical world, because I work in it, there is no actual answer to any of these other
Right,
than
right.
like a prescribed thing.
Yeah,
So if you're ready for the answer I'm gonna say,
Fire away, Dom.
it's not
Absolutely.
ghost hunting. It's not anything. I
Hey,
think
Nikki.
sleep paralysis.
Hey, Nikki.
Nikki, I gotta write you too. Hello, I miss you, my friend. I think sleep paralysis is your best answer to ghost hunting. I think that's your answer to the paranormal field. Truly. Because, you know, if you're walking around a house with a bunch of people, you're not going to find shit. Now you're in your own state on that dimension with these planes that now hit as you go into dream state. You see people from your past. You could taste things in your mouth from your past. You could smell them. You could say hi to them. You could visit them in this dream state,
yes,
right?
Yes,
This is the closest you're going to get to ghost hunting. And sometimes they tell you, hey, you know what? I'm this close. I'm this close to you. I'm not far. You don't have to find me as much. You get that, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't spend your entire life fucking sitting in a dark room in a 4 squared wall, fucking with your phone on all night, thinking about me with 1,000 other thoughts coming through your mind, trying to find me when I came to you when all you had to do was just sit for a minute. You sleep, you go into these different states, astral projection, you put yourself in a meditated states. And I had the most astral projection. I've only had one crazy experience with astral projection when it comes to sex. Honestly, it comes to sex. And I'm not going to get into it, honestly. But like it happened. It happened. And astral projection when you want to go to different places. I think sleep paralysis is the way to go. I've seen myself lay down. I understood how to put myself into sleep paralysis in order to understand how to ghost hunt more. So when people say they practice, I've practiced many times. It comes with laying down, a couple itches through your body, and you just ignore it. And you keep going until you literally are there. Somehow you're there, and then somehow you're just in this different place. That to me is true ghost hunting, because you know, when you ignore, like, oh my God, my face itches, my nose itches, you don't scratch, you just let your body go to this tingling mode that you're just in a euphoric, weird fucking state that you shouldn't be in. You're reaching other planes, especially with astral projection. You know what I mean? This is where I truly believe paranormal exists.
Okay.
Chris?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I believe that it's just so hard for, and even me, and I try, and not enough, obviously, but to get to that projection point, that point where I can go to the next levels, and you know, obviously, you just got to keep practicing. Practice makes perfect, but you know,
Actually, just sit down in your bed tomorrow. Literally, sit down, stare at the ceiling, and don't move for literally 3 minutes. If you have an itch, ignore it all. Literally ignore it. It's not that hard.
Yeah,
They
that's what
made
I'm
it so
saying.
easy for us. The gods or whatever it is made it so easy for us just to go talk to people. It's not that
Right.
hard. It's meditation's easy. You sit quiet and fucking just hang. You're gonna
Yeah.
have
Oh,
1,000 thoughts run
meditation.
through your brain.
Yeah, I can do meditation, but for some reason I can't get to that next level where I can talk to
You
the
have too many
spirit.
thoughts.
So you
running
haven't
through your
developed your third eye, is what you're saying?
I can't do it
Perfect. Yeah,
either.
I've been working on it, but I haven't developed. Well, not that.
You know what?
Hey,
I've been
if I found my third eye, I would exchange this one out.
Yeah,
Right.
dude,
Yeah,
I've been
same.
so depressed and shit for years. Like back in the day, I was able to like almost astral travel through my head and like meditate easy. Like so much thoughts run through my head, but like sleep paralysis, the one thing that I actually can do. And then like I wake up by 4 o'clock in the morning and can't go back to sleep. But I try to find ghosts again through
Right.
that like
And
paranormal experience with with the whole fucking dream state because yeah, man, I miss all my dead friends. That's why I ghost hunted.
right. No, that's cool. You can do that so easy. Though it's so easy for you to do that.
So let me bring up something now. Okay, so in the film Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't know which one it is, but they go in there and they hook her all up and do a
Hooker,
sleep.
I like Hooker.
They hooked her up, and where they put her in a dream state and try to see what she's dreaming. Do you think that shit actually happens like that, or you call that another form of astral projection? What she's doing in that film?
I didn't see it.
I'm
God
sure
damn it,
I've
Tom!
seen it.
Tom,
I
you
remember it vaguely,
motherfucker!
but not really enough where I can. God, I'm trying to
Sorry.
remember it enough. I'm
No,
up
I,
here at 4 a.m.
you know, so just explain it. Explain the situation. It's probably not that fun no more after we haven't seen it, but whatever.
So basically, what they do is they take what's her face,
No one even knows who what's her face is anymore.
Karen.
Yeah.
Just call her Karen.
and so they take her to the hospital. They want to know why she's having these dreams, like everybody else is having these dreams, and they come to life. And Freddy's after them, all this stuff. What do you think that is involving in that film? Are they trying to make astral project in that sort of way where we can feel our dreams? Something happens to us in our dreams. We get scratched in our dreams. Is that still another form of astral projection, or do you think that's a whole different type of sleep
No.
paralysis, sleep apnea type deal that we're going through?
That's a great question. Actually, what's brought up in movies, which is kind of crazy, where it's like maybe they knew something that we didn't know, like the same. So movies only happen from some shit. Like you come from the great ideas in the minds and shit from people who create, but a lot of these movies come from the ideas
Hey,
in the
Ken.
minds of people who've actually experienced some shit. So it's like with sleep paralysis, think about that, where it's like, maybe that is the entire truth of everything you just said. Like fucking because you're in such a relaxed state, you can create shit, you can manifest shit in your own bullshit ass world right now. You know what I mean? Like, and
Carmen brought up a good point. Avatar.
Avatar.
Have you seen Avatar?
Yeah, I
When
don't
it first came out.
I don't
That's
like
another.
Marvel-
That's
I don't
another
like
form of
Marvel movies.
what we're dealing with, because Avatar is the same way.
Yeah.
They're sleeping in these pods, but then they're also now living in this other world. They're feeling everything that's going on. Different
I
view
think-
of life. Flying.
I
Doesn't
think
have
when-
legs.
I think when you really look at it from the back end of this, so say what you just said again, because I'm going to counteract you real quick. So
Well, I'm just saying,
say-
like in those pods, they're feeling the wind. They got their, like, if they don't have legs, also now they have legs. They can maneuver different things. They can fly. They can do all that stuff.
Sure.
In our dreams, we
So-
can do whatever we want in our dreams. Really,
But you could also do everything you want, like right here. Look. We live in our own little world here. I'm showing you guys, hey, let's take a fucking big picture of all three of us right now. We're living a good life, and living
Is
our
that the one?
fucking dream. And
Chris?
it's all horror shit. Like everyone's having a bad fucking day. Everyone has a bad day. But like literally, you could scroll through. Everyone's so happy and all this type of shit. And when you really look at it from everybody else's perspective, say you're at a baseball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this fucking some horror, some shit's fucking hanging out with her. Sorry, I shouldn't have said horror, but like you're hanging out with her dude and shit like that, and fucking, like taking a picture with the dude and all this type of shit. And some other guys can't take a picture, and it's like all she's paying attention to is the goddamn, the fucking baseball game, or not the baseball game, but the pictures and not the baseball game. So
Yep.
it's all a different reality. What everybody wants to live in here.
Okay, what about the Wizard of Oz then?
It's all horseshit too. Just fucking with you. The Wizard of Oz. What do you mean by that?
So when there was that tornado, she got to the home, the window knocked her out, and all of a sudden now she's in this whole different world.
Yeah, and when she wakes up, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah. So do you consider that another form of astral projection?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at it that way, and like I've never looked at it that, and I give you a really quick answer, I absolutely would say if you're knocked out and you're seeing all these people to keep you back alive, to bring you back alive, and they're sitting with you in your fucking like state, I absolutely would say that's astral projection. These people that needed to be with you, you know, like
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
I don't fucking see them as fucking fake characters. You know, like I believe the Tin Man and the fucking Lion and all the Scarecrow existed to fucking make sure she was safe through her journey.
They were her uncles and farmhand, I believe, in
Yep.
the real world. And the Wicked
Now I
Witch
know
was
why you having a
immediately-
hard time with some words, haven't a couple. Is he
Ken.
making fun of me?
I'm all right. I've only had one Ken.
Only one.
But no, that's a good. Actually, it's a very.
I never
good-
thought about Wizard of Oz before.
Me either, man. I think that's great.
I was even in that play, but hell, I never even thought about it.
Have Ken jump on with us too. This guy seems all right.
Yeah, Ken's fun.
I like him. Already.
Drinking some. Okay.
Innocent
Um,
Ken.
But I never thought about that, Darren. Good point of view. You have a very good, vast fucking mind as far as the sweet water that we're drinking. I'm just meaning the Wizard of Oz.
Well, it's the same thing like they talk about Pink Floyd, The Wizard of Oz, and you're supposed to listen to Dark Side of the Moon while you watch
I've heard
Wizard
that.
of Oz backwards.
Before I die, I
And
wanna
being
take a lot of
stoned.
drugs. Yeah, before I die, if somebody give me 24 hours to live, I want to take a shit ton of drugs, watch Wizard of Oz, and then fucking, take a shit ton of drugs like that. Just watch it stoned and do that.
That's
So
the way to go.
that's,
if you're gonna
that's
go.
my big thing as far as 24 hours to live. If I had 48 hours to live, I'd jump in a shark cage too, and then do drugs and Wizard of Oz. And then I'd haunt all you fuckers.
Oh, it's been a good discussion tonight.
Oh my God, keep it
Good
going.
one.
Don't do that. You're an hour and 37 in. Now you want to call it a day. Come on.
No, we'll go to 10 o'clock.
Got a 10.
Go to 10 o'clock.
So like
God,
23 more
God
minutes.
forbid. God forbid. 10 o'clock.
I was trying
No,
to do
because
the
my
conversion.
kids want to get on, and I have to get off because I promised it was going to be an hour. So.
Whoa. Oh.
I would find ways to get you, dumb. Jesus. Do I got to call the cops? I love you to death.
So, Chris, what is your vision and the art of investigating? What do you like to do when you investigate, and why you take your route versus somebody else's way?
Good question.
That's a very great question. I have to think of. I have
Don't take my lines, Chris.
I have a shit ton of equipment, like 2 bags full back here. I probably use 1, maybe 2 pieces of it. I mainly go with senses, and I use my recorders and the camera. And right now, I've been using what the fuck is it? A FLIR.
It's called
Just
What the
to
Fuck
see-
Is It?
Yeah, what the fuck is
Yeah,
it?
that fucking thing.
That's the Indian name for it. A FLIR.
FLIR, huh?
Red thing. It's a little bitty one about this big, about the same size as my phone.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you can just hold it. I just like it when I think I see a shadow or something. I can be like real quick. But mainly I just use senses and then hopefully I catch something that I can catch on evidence too. But I think I try and balance too much because I'll be using my senses and I'll be like, oh shit, I see something.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing to catch it with.
Yeah,
So
Nah,
I want
man,
to
I'm
catch
gonna-
it so I can like show Dom, check this video out, or check out the CVP, or check out, or
Right,
you even, or all my
Yeah.
friends,
right.
Nick,
Let's-
whoever,
So,
Dom.
Some questions
Ken's
here,
got a
Bob.
question.
Yeah.
Let's go around the horn here. I'm from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Dom, where are you from? Ken wants to know.
Originally from New Jersey, lived in Florida 20 years, lived in California for 10 years, did Hollywood and things like that. I work in movies, but live in Florida at the moment, man. That's
Chris?
Colorado.
There you go.
Small little town, southeastern Colorado, so no one's ever heard of it. So
Ken, where are you from?
Atlanta, nice.
Atlanta. There you go.
Been there once.
Is
Been
is
there-
Ken
yeah, I've
new
been
to the
there.
show?
No, Ken's been on my show for it's been a while, but yes.
That's cool,
Right.
man.
My only
Ken,
problem
thanks
with
for being here.
senses is there's no way to record like, oh, I feel a ghost behind me. Well, everybody feels a ghost if they're a little bit scared.
It's Canton. I read it.
Wisconsin.
It's Canton.
Wisconsin.
So Ian's from Ohio.
Nice.
All right.
Arizona, good place.
Lived in Phoenix. for
I've
a
been
year.
in Gilbert and
Gilbert.
Gilbert,
Yep, Gilbert,
Arizona.
Arizona.
I loved it. Yeah. Been another place too, Phoenix. I actually tried because if you notice my pictures, like with the Jenna Jameson thing, I tried to go to the Jenna Jameson strip club that was out there, and she wasn't there no more. But yeah,
Oh man.
Phoenix.
Yeah, she's
Arizona
all holy now.
Yeah,
Yeah, now she's a holy reward. The only stripper / porn star I ever met was Jasmine St. Clair.
yeah. But
Wow.
I have cool.
That's
stories.
going back.
Yeah.
I have cool stories with porn stars we could talk about, and none of them are dirty. Honestly, they're classy.
And now she's a holy thing too, pretty much too.
I
Yeah.
moved to Illinois my senior year. Illinois.
Illinois,
Illinois.
yes. Or
Yeah.
they'll say Illinois. It all
Jersey.
depends.
So Ken,
Jersey.
Ken's probably had like so I'm interested in like really good deep dish pizza, and I think it was called Luminati's Pizza. I don't know if you're
Yeah.
familiar with it.
I've heard of
Luminati
that, yeah.
Pizza.
Or Uno. Uno's another good
I
place.
just had it at Walmart. I got one the other day, Uno, and so
Didn't
I
pay
like
money
more
for it.
sauce. Yeah, I like more sauce than cheese on my pizza. Like I like old school Italian fucking pizza where it's just sauce. That son of a bitch hit it right down to the point. This is how we get away from ghost hunting. Hey, I think I found a ghost. Come get some fucking Unos.
All right, so here's something that Ken brought up. Now, Army for 8 years. Okay, so let's get into that. Military versus the paranormal. Ken, you want to talk about that a little bit? What do you think? Do you think the military is all part of?
Military?
Huh?
Military?
Yeah.
First paranormal?
What about how we comparing them?
So Army 8 years.
Are you asking me or what?
Well, I'm asking Ken, but I'm also what does he think of the paranormal and the Army side of things?
Man, you're hitting a question that I've wanted to do a show on for years. Vietnam and now. But
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything that's going to invoke Ken or nothing like that. But like, honestly, great question, Darren.
Because I think we all talk about UFOs when it comes to the military and Area 51. Everything is protected. Now they got Area 52. Somehow they're going to come out with Area 53 at some point.
I believe in aliens completely. If you ask me,
Well, if you believe in aliens, then I think
normal.
you believe in Bigfoot because I think Bigfoot ties in with aliens. What do you think, Chris?
I agree, 100.
yeah, I do.
Aliens, Bigfoot. That's why you can't.
Because
argue
wherever there's
with
aliens,
people.
Bigfoot's in the area.
I 100% Bigfoot is part of
Bigfoot,
aliens
yeah.
because that's all one of these cloaking things and shit. I don't like. There's no way Bigfoot does not exist. There's no way aliens don't exist. They're etched in walls of people who have no knowledge, who never made an Apple iPad or whatever the fuck it is, who is fucking carving it in stone. Took them days. There's no goddamn way this shit doesn't exist.
Right.
All right, so
All that
here's
fucking alien.
here's a good point. He is an air traffic controller in the Army. So, being said, have you seen UFOs and weird things in the sky being an air traffic controller?
So fucked up. I just had this conversation with a Navy guy the other day who's a fucking pilot.
Top secret clearance.
Just in case I saw some stuff.
Okay.
Did
Do you think
see
that's-
stuff? Wink, wink.
And you know what? He's right. I agree with him. He said yes. I agree with him.
There you go.
There's nothing there in the world that would say he's trying to make it big. He's trying to make it enough. He's answering a question that's goddamn truthful to the fact. And he's saying,
Right.
yes, you know what? What the fuck do I got to lie about it with 3 losers here in the world? Honestly.
Right. Yeah.
Ian's got some stuff about Bigfoot here. Could be interdimensional. Yeah. Because
I agree.
I've seen clips where they located Bigfoot, but then if you look up in the sky,
And
there's
he
like a
says he's
big
a bit under
honking
the
square
influence on
thing, like
that.
it's
Yeah.
something's coming out of it.
I like that Ken guy
It's the Rick
a
and
lot.
Morty portal.
Years. I like him, man.
That's
awesome.
all right. We're all a little bit under the influence in some
Who
sort of
gives
way.
a fuck?
I'm huffing my stuff.
Bring him on.
Well, yeah, I could talk to him too. We'll talk about stuff.
When right
If
now?
he remembers, though. Remember? He's drinking a little bit just like we are.
See if he wants to come on right now. Let's have fun.
Well, one of my best people, one of my best friends that I investigate with, was in the desert, whatever it was, which I don't remember which one. But he had a near-death experience there and has been like a ghost hunter ever since. So claimed it opened up his powers and, if you will, powers, quote unquote.
Carmen's the only one that's sober.
So wait a minute. Like, did somebody put up the link again real quick?
I'm sober too. I just haven't had one beer.
Yeah, no, I honestly,
It takes a little bit more than just
3
one.
root
Yeah.
beers. Does that count?
Ken, jump on, hang out with us. I don't know you from fucking asshole to an elbow, but you seem fucking on point, and we can have a good conversation.
Cool as hell.
Well, honestly, we only got a little more time here, so we got about 15
You're
minutes.
on BB3, my network. You got till tomorrow.
It's whose show is it?
Whose show?
Good point.
We can get into another. We can get into another topic of stuff like that.
Okay.
Oh, what's the link?
Yeah, see, Darren.
Carmen, do you want to post the link again if you could, and then, or Ken, if you want to give it to Ken, Dom.
I just made your show better, even though it was fucking amazing at first. But
well, of course, it's amazing.
Let me try to find him. Ken Perryman.
That's the latest thing I bought 7 months ago. Never have used it.
See, there you go. That's what I brought in earlier in the show, where that we have all this equipment and we only choose like 3 or 4 things.
Because I don't know what his Facebook posts look like as far as like I could send it to him. So she's telling you to put it up there.
There it is. There's his Facebook.
That's a YouTube.
Oh, sorry, YouTube. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, all this stuff is
up there. Darren, send her the link and have her send it or whatever. This shouldn't be that hard.
It is hard for me, damn it. You're better at this shit than I am.
Damn it, Divas.
Well, what the fuck? When they're not my friends, I don't know what to do.
Oh. Let's see if I can find something here.
The link, Darren. Just copy. She says the link. God damn it, I can't even click on your comments and fuck with you.
There you go. Yeah, I know. That's a good thing.
Man, I wouldn't want. I actually think it'd be a good conversation. So get him fast.
Well, if I can find his Facebook.
I got the people killer.
I'm looking for him right now. Literally, Ken, what we're doing right now is we're taking like 3-4 minutes live time looking for you.
Now, Ken, send me a friend request on Facebook and I'll get the link to you.
There you go, Dom. The people killer.
The people killer? Jesus Christ. I saw that in a fucking sex store recently, too.
Oh, Jesus. This is not the cute and kinky show.
I know. Yeah, on Facebook. Ken, if you could do it on Facebook, that'd be great. Find Darren, and then I'd like for you to connect with us, too, on BB3 and myself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. It'd be fun, actually.
So I can actually go into this one here. Back out.
Yeah, Facebook's the way to kind of go with these things. It's actually easier with StreamYard, believe it or not, when you have a high-end show with a shit ton of people and we're still using Facebook, right?
Yeah. No, that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it really is anymore.
No EV mucks? What?
There it is. Try at Ken. Oh, send him that right there. At his email. Send him that review. And Ken, honestly, when you put that up, because this is part of BB3 as well, if you have anything that you want pushed out as far as what you do, I don't know. I don't even know you yet, but yeah, well, I'll represent you, man, on the network. No problem at all.
Sundays, 1 p.m. Mountain Time.
Okay, try it.
I do a
I'm
paranormal
slow
show.
at this stuff, just so you know. I'm not very good.
No worries. So come on and we'll chill.
I'm gonna drag you on sometime, Dom.
You're gonna drag me on?
To my show.
What do you got going on?
Sundays at 1.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does product reviews and stuff. That's cool, man. I got you back with everything.
We do paranormal stuff.
You do? Oh my god.
We
Yeah,
do a paranormal
I'll
show
get it.
for an hour.
Yeah, I have no problem doing a paranormal show. Honestly, I have my point of views and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, I'm always there for you.
No. It'd be fun to get a different opposing view. I think. Well, we'll
Yeah.
have to see what the other guy thinks. The other two guys.
Sure.
I would love to have you on it. They're always hurting for people. Like get the
Thank
last
you.
thing get people dropped and shit. It's like, well, I know people. No, fuck you then. I finally got one of my friends on there. I got Nick on there.
It looks like Ian wants to be on too. Whoever gets a link, put it in YouTube.
Yeah.
I think Ian wants a thing too. Darren, do you have control of your show? Do I need to take over fucking everything? The link?
Yeah,
You do.
I suck at this shit, dude.
Ian, all right. How do I comment on everything here?
I try to send him a link on through my Gmail, so we'll see if he
Okay.
gets it.
Let me just make this fucking easy.
I've never had to do this during a live show, so it's
Well, guess
all.
what? There's a new. What's that fucking Tim McGraw? Or I don't know. New thing for everything.
Yes,
Everybody,
I know.
if you want to be on the show, find me at Dominic Sanacero right now. I will personally send you that fucking link. I'm waiting for you. Since Darren,
I'm slow, so
his show fucking can't get it done. Ian, what is your honestly? What do you look like on
product reviews
Facebook?
he does.
You do
Ken
product
does.
review. Something StreamYard don't know Rust.
All right, let's make this work because I want to have a really good chat tonight with a bunch of people that I've never met, and we're gonna have a good time. So,
I am so sorry. I am suck at this. I do good at the beginning, but then when it comes to adding people, I'm really bad at it.
it's okay. It's okay. If I had full control of the show, everybody would be in here.
Yeah.
I just don't know what your Facebook picture looks like. My email is okay.
Oh, that's dumb.
Wait, go back and the link up. I could have typed it. Okay. Darren, you really put me in position here today, huh?
That's all right.
What's fucked up is I don't have the link. You only gave me the link.
Well, I wasn't expecting all this neither.
So
if I knew if I was going to bring more people on the show, I'd send out more links.
I'm trying to get them in, and I can't because Darren never gave me the link.
I gave you the link. It's in your.
You gave me a bird that I have to click on.
Yeah, that's a messenger. That's the link.
Give me a second, guys. I'm trying.
That is the link.
Link it up. Link it
If it doesn't work, we'll
Wait.
have another show.
No, we're not. We're gonna do it tonight. We're not giving up.
Tonight we will do it. I gotta hang me back up.
It's not gonna work.
I
All right,
apologize.
Darren, what you need to do. All right, check this out.
What's that?
He goes, "Do you need my mother's maiden name?" I really like that guy. All right, so what you need to do? Go to. I need you to save the link, paste it, go to an open email, take Ken, his email that he gave you, and send him the link. Also,
That's what I did. I did put it in his email.
Okay, did you send it?
I sent it. I don't know if it.
Okay, so that would be on him now. Also, do the same thing for Ian. If you copy that link, yeah,
Wow.
honestly, if Carmen says it, Dominic Sanacero, click on his name and find me, and I could give you the fucking thing right away. Add
Yep.
me as a friend if you're having that much trouble. Darren,
Yeah.
I'm never getting on a show with you again if you if you make me find your guest, prick.
Prick away. Well,
No,
I just
actually, when it's all straightened out, we're gonna have a good time. It's all good.
It's so fun.
And
Well-
do you need my mother's maiden name? That's the best answer you could have ever gotten.
posted it in Facebook.
Okay,
Facebook.
so you posted the link on Facebook.
Yep.
All right, so guys, check this out. Go to his Facebook.
Go to BB3
Go on-
TV. Go to BB3 TV.
Okay,
That's
go
where
to
it is.
BB3 TV and join that link, and you could jump on the show. And let me know how that works. It better work. It's my goddamn network. Or I'm yelling at Tom in the morning.
There you go. I'll burn my shirt. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, Chris, can you leave real quick and actually come in on BB3?
What the fuck? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm asking.
Yeah, I can, man. You want me to
All
try
right,
the
do that.
DB3 link? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, go to the BB3 and come on in so we know it works. If you could, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so let him
I
in.
just put on mine too. So
All right, good. So if he comes back in on those accounts, then we know it's good. We ain't got nothing else to worry about. What does HHY mean? I'm so old.
okay, here we go. We got a few.
Okay, good.
There we go.
Oh my God, they're all here. This is what I love. Where's Chris?
I'm
There we
coming.
Chris.
I'm
Robert,
coming.
man, it's
coming.
always Robert. It's always good seeing you, man. Oh, it's always a love seeing you, brother.
Hey, it's Robert.
Thank you.
Long time no see, Robert.
Yep.
And
yep.
I'm assuming this is Ken.
There we go.
Indeed.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Damn.
Thank you.
Is that loud?
You went from 2 to 5 in like a matter of 30 minutes.
Seconds. Yeah.
Your show got bigger.
It
Can you
did.
hear me?
Yep, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear
Okay,
you.
good.
Not
So
quite yet. We need 4 more, Carmen.
four more. No,
For the
this
Brady
is
Bunch.
enough for me right now to keep track of.
I need to turn off Facebook or sorry, YouTube. It was like a huge echo.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Oh.
what I have to do too.
So, welcome to the show, guys. So yeah, we're talking about open topic stuff in the paranormal field, and now we got 6.
There we go.
Oh,
I'm guessing that's Ian.
Is that Ian?
You can-
That's
Can you
Ian.
hear me?
Yep, can hear
I
you.
hear you. Yep.
Ian,
What?
welcome to the show, man. Thank you, brother.
Wow, that was an adventure trying to get on here.
It does. It
You made
is.
it. You made it.
It keeps like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's play.
All right, so welcome to the show. Like I said, we're talking about paranormal stuff. It's open topic night, so basically talk about whatever we want to talk about paranormal field and whatever else you want to talk about. And Ken, we were talking about paranormal versus the army and all that stuff. So what is your take in on that subject? And do you believe there's so much more that we don't know that is out there that we should know?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's hard to explain certain things. So let me preface one thing. I am open to everything in the world, but paranormal thing's not a big deal or a big thing to me.
Mhm.
But because you were on Facebook with Danny, or Facebook on YouTube with Danny Black, and I saw you and I just subscribed and all that stuff, and I was like, your stuff's interesting. So and I'm open to all kinds of stuff. So I'm probably that guy that like you need to convince. You're like, hey, that. But I will tell you, playing Army, that one thing I was typing up, and I hate typing crap up because it's hard to like express what you're trying to say.
Right.
There's times as an air traffic controller, as I was saying, is that I have top secret. The reason why is because some experimental aircraft may come into my airspace, has something broken or whatever. And I got to be like talking to it saying, yeah, you're cleared to land. Your wheels broke. You're about to fall apart, but go ahead and try to touch down or whatever. But there are some things that you see on the radar, especially when you're doing like flight following and stuff like that. And you're just like, it went from here to here and then down here. And it's like, I will tell you 9 times out of 10, me being just a peon in the air traffic control side of the house, it's like, you didn't see nothing.
Mhm.
I got you. But there's also, what's funny is I was trying to be, and again, I don't look like what I used to look like in the Army. I used to be a little bit, well, you got to be kind of a certain physique.
Mhm.
But
You look pretty big to me, bro. I want to fuck with you.
Appreciate it, man. But I mean, I'm also a little bit big down here. I got a keg going on. So, but in short, I used to ruck up and down part of the Army, one of the Army airfields that I was at. Obviously, I can't talk a lot about his stuff, but there was a section that I could not go into, could not be anywhere near. Anytime I went and I was trying to do special forces, so I put a big ruck on. I was trying to ruck like 12 miles. So, whatever. And I was, you walk down the flight line, you get a lot of miles in because it's usually 1 to 2 miles long, back and forth, whatever. But I get anywhere near a fence or I get anywhere near an area. And it was just, I mean, it's one of those funny things where you hear, it's like, is it BS? Is it true? It's like, do they have pressure sensors in the ground? We're talking about the 90s, man. I got a few years. I'm probably older than quite a few of you guys. I've been around for a couple circles on the sun here, but I'm telling you that walking around and talking about in the 90s, pressure sensors in the ground and things going on and
Sure.
being anywhere near a fence and you walk near a fence and all of a sudden a bunch of guys show up with some really nice rifles telling you, hey, you might want to kind of keep walking or walk away.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I would,
go ahead.
I would love to share a story with you about something about the airfields and stuff after you're done talking, because it deals with Area 51 with what I know. I mean, you talk about the 90s and things like that, but yeah, I'm very well connected to it. And this is what brings me to solidify that I do believe in alien life and something more too. But like I don't want to, you're intriguing to me right now.
No, it's all good, brother. But here's the deal. I have nothing that says, so, I'm one of those guys so long story less long, I'm an engineer, or I was an engineer. I left the military and then I became a quality and manufacturing engineer in automotive. So, and I'm sorry, I'm looking at you guys on the screen, but I should be looking at the camera. But, in short, I'm based on data. I'm based on information, on facts, not on what somebody says over here, over there, whatever. Because the first thing I'll be like, hey, this is this. All right, show it to me. What's the data? What's the information? What supports what you're saying? Hypothesis, all that crap. And I want to sound scientific and I want to sound like but I will tell you this though. There's so many things that are going on that it's like, I know exactly what that is. And then somebody comes and shows it to me that it's not that. I know that's so generalized, but it's like, am I definitively being science and all that kind of stuff and math and saying this is not possible? Nah. And again, you go look out in the world and you go look at our space telescope and they're out discovering more and more worlds. And there's billions and billions and billions of stars that have billions and billions and billions of planets. Yeah, it may take forever to get across, from one galaxy to another, but are we the only ones out there? I can't say no.
No.
I want to say that. I also want to go along the lines of later. I want to ask you a question that may bend the respect level, with everything, but like knowing what you've seen and my thoughts, I actually truly, truly want to hear your thoughts. You know what I mean? But this is not my show. So it's like, you've got me so intrigued. I should have you as a guest. Darren, damn you.
So Carmen's got a question.
I joined way too late.
Well, I mean, that was we can do another show another time too.
Yeah,
Carmen's got a question now. Did you see unusual things on your radar screen that really didn't make any sense?
Yeah, I mean, so everything so there's different types of air traffic controllers. There's the guys in the tower, right? So a lot of people thought that, hey, that guy that, let me show you here. All joking aside,
Thanks, Chris.
Here. You're like, hey, come in here, do this, go this way. That's not an air traffic controller. That's some dude who's unloading the baggage or fueling the airplane or whatever. Don't get me wrong, respectable job, but it's not an air traffic controller. That's either a guy who's doing, so an air traffic controller is a guy in the tower doing approaches. Well, he's handling takeoffs and landing clearances, and also takeoff and landing. There's the GCA, the ground controlled approach, which are the guys on the radar that are saying, hey, you're coming in on glide slope, you're coming on glide path, you're turn a little bit left, turn a little bit right. And then of course you got your centers, right? You got all the guys that talk, and those are the ones you see in the movie with a lot of centers. And one of the areas that I worked on and it was a flight following. Flight following basically is I'm allowed to use radar, but I can't use it to control the aircraft. Inside a approach center that was in the area, I'm not trying to confuse anybody. The point is I get the big old radar screen that I see that everyone else sees that are doing center stuff. But when I'm talking to my guys in the area, flight following is hey, listen, I'm out flying by myself in the middle of the night. Usually it's in the middle of the night. So I'm out flying out by myself in the middle of the night. I got a co-pilot here. I'm going to talk to you, and then I'm going to tell you every 15 minutes. Generally, the information is like, Roger, sir, you're here. Report in 15 minutes. If not, we'll start to call some people because maybe you crashed. Mm-hmm. So radar flight following is you're talking to an aircraft. You see them on radar. You have them try to identify their position. And once you do, I'm getting long-winded on the answer, so sorry about that. But once you do identify that aircraft, then you're like, okay, I'm following. I see where you're going. And then a lot of times you'll have that communication. Say, hey, you're out tooling around, doing some night stuff, doing some NVG stuff, night vision goggles, the stuff. They're out doing their thing. And then like 15 minutes, like clockwork, usually they'll call in. If they don't, because they get a little busy, I'll call them up and say, yo, hey, what you guys doing? You guys good? Yeah, we're all good. Okay, report next 15 minutes. But back to the question. And by the way, I do that a lot. So I go way around and then I come back, hopefully.
That's eventually,
right. You've kept my mind going.
So seeing things, yeah, that's unfortunate is because I'm also so low in the totem pole, I can go there and go, hey, I saw something. And then of course, what happens is no, you didn't. Or yeah, you did. It was a weather balloon at 60,000 feet and it popped and it fell down and nothing happened. Yeah. Now we'll tell you this. Unfortunately, I have seen, or I have had a situation where there was an aircraft that actually went down, and I saw him on the radar, and then the next second I didn't. Sent out air crew, found him, not in this world. So, yeah, that's a bad thing about that. You don't ever want to, be, in control of someone, to have someone lose their life. But
right. I see it every day too. Like my brother, like where it's, I read heartbeats, on top of doing all this BB3 shit. Like I read heartbeats, and I see tostads, I see fib, and I see, pump, all the way to this, where it's like, oh shit, the asystole, like, mm-hmm. And then it's like you bring up ghost sighting to me, and I'm like, well, there was nobody there. You sit there while you sit alone and things like that. And then I get another fax in the fax machine. Here's your new patient in the same room of that you just had to have the line go down. You know what I mean? It's like, where it's like, this is a tough world to believe in a lot of things and see what's going on, and as ghosts and things like that. But like, as far as your true nature of like what you've seen in the sky, I do believe you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I'm easygoing. Like I said, I'm ex-military, so you can call me a bunch of names and I won't give it.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, not you, brother. I'm just saying is that I'm easy. I'm not. I'm thick-skinned, so I've been around and done it and got the T-shirt, and
it's quite healthy that you come on and you say things like this, man, because I've heard air traffic control too, like say, you know what, we knew planes were going down and things like that, and then we keep everyone safe, and they landed without the people really knowing what's going on. And then the Navy pilots I've known and things like that, as far as what they've seen in the sky as far as aliens, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome what you know. So like
there's a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there's some stuff that we did in the desert too that were I can't even talk about it.
Sure.
That was it was we were looking at satellites, looking down at troop movement. So and again, it's really cool stuff. And I'm talking in the 90s doing this stuff. So in technology, obviously in the 90s we didn't have stuff like this.
I had this guy that was of course he's an uncle and all this, and you know, he worked in the military. If you look up, you know, the name Sinacero, I'm probably not allowed to say this, but I don't care. But like the movie Three Kings, Sinacero was supposed to take care of the bombs and things like that. So we sat at a dinner table one day, and I asked him about Area because he used to work at Area 51. That's how I know about it. Like the whole shit's real. He told me Roswell was real. You know, things like that. Like it's all still there. It's all a conspiracy as far as like, you know, they keep it hidden from you. Didn't explain why, but he explained that like, yeah, they're all here. And like somebody like yourself, somebody like that I've met throughout the years, as far as like not just the uncle, but the people who work with the airwaves, they all know shit, it's all there. You know? That's where the heavy question will come in with God later too. But like, you know, things like that. It's like aliens exist here, man. Like, and it's all been proven, but somehow it's still being hidden, right?
I mean, I tell you that the funny thing is that unfortunately, I've never been privy to anything like that, right? I can't say. So again, being that guy that's hopefully got a little bit, not saying anybody doesn't have any intelligence, but hopefully I feel like I've got some intelligence to say, listen, I know what I saw. I know what that is. I know what it is. I've never been in that situation to go, holy shit, that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just, you know, when I was in the military, I was one of millions of people, right? You know, that just passed through those doors, played that game, went around. And like I said, I always jokingly say I played Army. I went to go camping, and I was a Boy Scout. So it's basically like high-end Boy Scout with real bullets, right? So you get to do some stuff. Now, you get to go play overseas and in the desert sometimes, and that's not playing, and that's some serious stuff that's going on over there. But, you know, in short, I mean, there's some stuff, and I tell you what, the military is along with the government is very, very good at doing what they do. And if it is, and no matter what it is that you do, I mean, if you look at it, a lot of the stuff that's based on manufacturing and all kinds of processes and things that have come through technology, all that stuff is been run through the military, run through the government. A lot of that stuff is first run, beat up, used, and figured out through the military, and then is passed on to the soldiers, or passed on down to the soldiers. Yeah. The high tech stuff is, and the low tech stuff, you know, you get down to the soldiers, and then all of a sudden, you know, it goes out to the regular.
And look to us as advanced.
Say what now?
And look to us as advanced, like new technology, when it's already probably years old, right?
Yeah, and it's funny too, is that it's like an oxymoron too. So in the military, like people like me, I'm actually, when I was an air traffic controller, I was using equipment that was in the Navy that was in like the 1940s and 50s and 60s.
Sure.
But there's other areas in like Air Force or someone else that's using stuff that's like was made like last month. You know, and obviously more importantly too, the US government's not going to use anything that hasn't been tested and vetted like thoroughly.
Yeah.
Will they do the testing and vetting? Yeah. But will they also experiment and use it with their troops and all that? Yeah. But when they actually use it at full force and full implementation, you know, it's the highest tech that we have out there. So,
yeah, I think I heard about a post about there was like a screwdriver that the military had or something, and it was like $500. Do you think that there is a lot of like wasteful spending in the military?
That's not. So here's the thing. I'm going to say was telling your age. Any of us that are older already knew that joke from like 10, 20 years ago, right? It's like they made that joke about $20,000 hammer. Dude, you're not even, it's $50,000 screws and $20,000 hammer. All that stuff is, well, it's not really true, but what they're saying is the hammer that normally would cost $5.99 might cost $45.99. The reason why is there's certain numbers that they inflate because they have certain things that they want filtered in, put in, kind of hidden inside, right? So it's like, hey, how do you think when they, and again, if you watched, God, I can't think of the movie. I need to have more beers.
Grab one.
No, Judd Hirsch, the grandfather to the alien dude. God, damn it. Will Smith was in the movie Aliens. It was
Independence Day.
That's
Independence Day, yeah.
Independence Day. Remember, Grandpa was like, "Hey, you don't think they spend $50,000 on a hammer? Da 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 da. How do you think they?" Well, so they fluff certain costs, and again, they over exaggerate, but certain costs go to certain things, and then it's like, "Hey, we have a surplus because it didn't really cost us this much to build something. We'll put that over here, and that'll go to this project." That no one knows, it's off the books or whatever. So, right. And again, I'm speaking speculative. I don't know this firsthand. So if CIA is watching, don't come after me.
They're
They ain't
old.
watching me.
I was gonna say they're watching you guys. I'm sure they are.
So
Aaron, you
now-
had like Ian on here and things like that. Like Ian, you want to tell us
Yep.
about yourself and things like that? I think this is very healthy in order for everybody
Yeah.
to get to know each other.
yeah,
Ian, fire away. What do you think?
as far as the way you were saying before, yeah, I'm 41, so I am younger, but
I'm 40.
oh yeah.
You look 20.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like 30, man. There's no way you're 41. Sorry.
No, I was born in '82. When I was growing up, I had one of those rotary phones where you have to dial each number. You know.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm feeling old now. I'm 48.
Still younger than I am. 51 here.
Wait. How old are you?
51.
Jesus, I am the oldest one. Fuck you guys. I'm sorry.
And Carmen, to answer your question, I'm thinking personally that the aliens have cloned us. And that's why they can be our doppelgangers.
Maybe.
Holy shit, you're European.
Australian.
Well, by way of Europe. Australia. Where you at? Hey, Carmen, 41. Where are you at in Australia? Huh?
Queensland, Australia.
Queensland. I got a good friend. What's his name over here? Knows Danny Black. He's in Australia, but he's in Brisbane, I think. So
Yeah,
Danny's cool. He's got a lot of good gear.
yeah. Sorry,
So
sir.
my friend,
Go ahead.
No problem. Who's talking?
No, I think the greatest thing about why we created the networks and things like this is for everybody connect all over the world. All different states, all different parts. We're
That's cool.
talking from different points. This is amazing to me. And I want to thank each and every one of you for this. Now we're not getting off right now, but I just want to say thank you. You this is like the dream come true.
Well, I never thought that this show would get as big as it did tonight. I was just like, I didn't think I'd be by myself tonight, but
Because I'm on, Darren. Come on.
You haven't streamed in a while, have you?
Darren, that's it. All right. So no, it was I subscribed to him. I've been watching, off and on. I've been closet watching his stuff for a little bit.
Just unsubscribe to him and come over to us.
I'm not in the world that you guys do, that hunting and stuff. I'm not really into that stuff, but it doesn't mean that I can't come and add my
I hate it.
I'm
you believe in
sure you
ghosts?
get used to it. There's probably a lot of overlap with the military equipment that you've used before, like night vision and thermal and all that stuff.
Well, I've got to use some AMPVS7s, which are pretty darn cool. And you're like, what the hell's that? That's the ones that are dual set, but it's a monocular, single monocular in the front.
Oh, okay.
Those things, I'm talking, but those are also like freaking 80s, 70s and 80s. And those things, I can read the name tape. I could read this Columbia wearing them from like 10, like just like it was freaking day. It's just basically everything is green and black and different. It's like black and white.
Yeah.
That is green and black in a variation of tones, right, or brightnesses or whatever. But it's literally like day and night. It's funny too when you put those things on. It's pitch black, and I was actually running security because I actually also do tactical air traffic control, which is Pathfinder stuff, where I did. So I was out in the field a lot, do a lot of stuff. I got to rappel out of helicopters. That shit is cool. Doing that stuff and doing tactical air traffic control, talking to aircraft as they're flying off and going off on missions and stuff like that, and then putting them on at night and seeing everything like it was day, just as long as you have, even if you have like a sliver of the moon or like traffic lights or just, any bit of light, you can see damn near everything like it's day.
Does everybody hear this? All you shit ghost hunters, does everybody hear this?
I have night vision goggles.
A fucking binocular and read a shirt for miles, yet you guys can't find a fucking ghost with thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment, including an iPhone, blurry shit, and he could see what your shirt says. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He just proved he just proved my point. Thank you, brother.
I'm not, hey, easy now. I'm not trying to jump on anybody's bandwagon here. I'm just saying what I know about the, and again, those are old school military AMPVS7s. You can find the technology.
Old school? New school? What does new school get? What do they look through you?
Yeah, right.
I just got night vision goggles. It has a 3 to 3.5-inch screen on it where I can sit there and look at things and color and color at night
I think you
and
talked
night
about them,
vision.
right? A couple months ago.
I think I did, but I didn't bring it on air. But
How
I
much were
just
they?
kind of got them. But just still learning. You could shoot video with it. You can shoot photos with it.
Right.
And what I want to do is actually hook it up to a 5-inch monitor right up to above it. So it's like whenever I have it set on a tripod, everybody can see what I'm seeing.
So here's the cool thing about this is that commercially available?
Yeah.
Okay. Commercially available sucks compared to what you can get in the military.
Yeah.
So
No doubt.
And don't get me wrong. What you got is probably rock solid. I keep looking at the wrong screen. What you probably got is very, very good. I'm just saying is that the stuff that the military's got,
I like it.
old school.
Oh, yeah. And in the military, like 30, 40 years or something, I heard. More advanced than, whatever the current technology is, right?
Off and on, you'll see that. See, the funny thing is like I was saying before, when I was an air traffic controller, I got to work off of really old equipment. That actually, my tactical stuff was the TS-97. Actually, again, what the hell is that? It's a box with a bunch of aircraft radios in it, and those are old school aircraft radios, but they work, right? I mean, it's like whatever has been proven to work works. But then you go and you look at the high freak radios that we had, and that's not a woman; it's her name of a radio, high freak. So, not that I haven't met any of those, but anyway. But in short, that equipment, even back in the day when I was in, we had some really high tech radio equipment that was being introduced, while we still had some old school stuff. So other branches, other areas, other stuff, units that you can't talk about have all the cool new shit. So
yeah. And I understand the pricing that he's talking about too, because I do work at a military facility, making trucks and stuff. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the old school, like I say old school, right? Those night vision goggles, I think those were like $7,000 to $10,000.
I believe it.
And
I have 2 questions that's gonna drive me nuts all night until I ask them. 2 questions.
I'll give you 3 answers. 52, 45, and 36.
Get away from the UFO.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a ghost plane?
Have I ever seen a ghost plane? You talking about the Spectre?
Possibly.
The AC-130 that has a shitload of cannons and guns on it?
No, not that one. But I mean, as far as like something in the air where it's like not a UFO, where it's like, a plane in the air, which will get to my second question.
Like a spectral plane. Something that isn't there, but it was there at one point in time.
Well, like I'm telling you, every time I saw something on radar, it wasn't there. Every time I saw something that was speculative, Jesus, I've had a few, that it wasn't sure what the heck. Yeah, it's like, what the hell's a ghost plane? I don't know. I mean, if you're saying ghost plane literally like is in something I saw on radar, but it wasn't really there. Yes, you'll see at times. Now, I'll tell you one thing that's very interesting, and you got to be very good at radar side of the house. We have some areas where you get false echoes, as we call it. And the false echoes are basically, in short, kind of like what you call the
artifacts and heartbeats. I see it.
Right. So the false echoes or the false returns. As a prime example, we had one where if you're heading out like a super clear day and you're in an airfield that has a lot of anywhere of some road traffic near you, you'll pick up the cars driving down a freeway. So if your radar is tuned a little bit too far low to the ground, you'll actually pick up like bunch of these little dots running across your screen. Of course, they're super slow because right there, they're doing like 70, 80 miles an hour max. And the planes are doing like, 200, 300, 500 miles per hour. So you'll see a little bit of these little dots show up and then all of a sudden they disappear. And you're like, well, what the hell is that? And it's, again, you have to understand what you're looking at. So the funny thing is when you ask about, do you see stuff that pops up that disappears? All the time. And again, I used to see all the time. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, though, when you set up this, because you got to think about it, the radar system is basically sending a signal out and it's bouncing off of something, and it's expecting that if it sees a return within a certain number of milliseconds, because it's sending a shit ton of energy in one direction, and then it's coming back. And when it measures the speed in which it came back in milliseconds, it says this thing is actually this far out. And then it turns and does it again. And then again, and then again, and it waits for that return. So when it sees something and then all of a sudden drops off, as a prime example, it might see, some knucklehead decided to go off and throw off a birthday party and throw out like 500 of those freaking Mylar balloons. That'll set off a radar like that. Yeah, a flock of birds, a huge flock of birds will actually set off a radar up in the.
Let me ask you this.
So go ahead.
It'll start with what happened. This is the one thing and I truly, truly have in my guts, I always want to know Amelia Earhart.
What, are you asking me what happened to Amelia Earhart?
Well, your thoughts. You work in this field. Where is
She
What-
crashed her
what
plane.
happened?
She survived. She hit an island. She stayed there as long as she could until she died.
Yeah, I kind of believe that too. And they talk about Bermuda.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was.
I was
talking
going to
about.
bring up the Bermuda Triangle.
They
What
want
do
to
you
bring
think
up
about
Bermuda
that?
Triangle. You know, all that shit. You actually hit it right on the head.
What happens is anything with aircraft, everything is perfect. There's a lot of redundancies, but here's the problem: when you're trying to do these long hauls, you're trying to do these mean. Sorry, I just saw the word meaning.
Yeah.
You're trying to do these long travels on a plane that's not intended to do that. They take out a lot of redundancies. They take out not the important redundancies, but they take out some redundancies they feel are not important. Then what happens is you get along and all of a sudden something happens, or what actually 99% of the time, I actually saw a helicopter smash into a pole in Korea when I was in Korea.
Sure.
And that was completely 100% pilot error. But so majority of things happen due to pilot error, especially if you're flying in a night sky and you don't know what's going on. You don't know what up or down is, because when your airplane is pulling you in one direction, you could be diving to the ground, but you won't know it because you're still feeling that pull.
Yeah.
You have this perception.
Gravity pull, I suppose, right?
Well, I mean, the thing is because the plane is still pulling you in a direction as it's flying in one direction.
Right.
You're kind of being pushed against the seat. You're having that it's the physics, right? You're having
The equilibrium.
So when you feel that and you're heading that direction, you don't know if you're upside down, inverted, or whatever, because you have nothing to look at outside the window. And back in her time, she didn't have radar. She didn't have anything in the plane to tell her which way was up or down, other than some bobble ball that was floating in liquid that rotated up and down. It gave you that general idea of what's going on. If that broke, or something happened, or whatever. So the point is pilot error, mechanical error generally tends to destroy your activity.
I believe that's the truest answer, to be honest with you. Like
yeah.
people bring in paranormal, all this stuff. I think it was like the time in paranormal error, like not paranormal, but like pilot error, things like that. Like you could debunk a lot of things and like kill a lot of theories where I come from, like where ghost hunting doesn't exist. Like we talk about Bigfoot, things like that, the Bermuda Triangle. Honestly, like comes down to human error a lot of times and shit like that, in human manifestation, what you want to think was there. Honestly, when it comes down to it, when I said, what happened to Amelia Earhart? That was the truest answer. Pilot error.
I'll tell you this real quick, guys, is across the board is I have tried to do my best to make sure that everything is, and I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying scientific or by mathematic, by in type of hopefully facts and data that point you in the right direction. But I can never rule out anything beyond what I know, because I've seen some stuff. We've all seen some stuff.
Sure.
We've all been involved with some stuff or something that has happened and has said, I can't explain it. Now, maybe later, maybe some other time you figure it out or whatever. But for the most part, I'm open like a book. I'm sorry, I'm taking up all your guys' time most of the time. And
hard for what? Actually, I was going to say, invite me as a friend, and then I want you on a lot more shows.
Yeah.
I like you, bro.
We can do
like
that.
you a lot.
Perfectly fine.
I'll tell you what, though, do me all a favor, go over to find Ken Perriman and sub. Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Whatever we need to do. Ian, too, brother, you came in, man. You fucking let me know if I can help you out too with the network. I got your back.
Yeah, we can all come back on and do another show together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Not Robert though.
You can
Robert.
send me an email with a link again. We could set something up maybe next week.
So, do you do a show too?
Me?
Yeah. Well, wait. Let's get down to all of it.
Who's me?
Everybody. Ian first. Like you do a show?
No, I've been on my friend's show. He has a podcast on YouTube.
Okay. You jumped in because you're a fan and things like that, and you enjoy doing this. That's cool, man.
Well, I investigate myself. I've been I investigate with some friends. I've been doing it for a couple of years. I don't even have like a name of our group or our brand or anything. I'd like to, but it's hard to figure that stuff out because everybody already has like every like combination of haunted and spooky in their name,
investigative services.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all, well, honestly, none of these names are copyrighted. Some may be LLC, but it doesn't really matter what you come
Well,
up with.
why?
Whatever's catchy, it
Yeah,
works.
well, fuck catchy too. I don't believe in that. That's part of the reason I don't believe in the ghost groups anymore. So, like, why do you do it, Ian? What makes you want to do it and find that name? Is there something in your heart that makes you want to find a ghost that says, you know what? Like, mine was like when I did my ghost hunting shit, and I still do. It's called Boo Hunters because of the little plastic ghost that you saw of me for years. And I started with actually washing graves for military and things like that, like the forgotten people. That's how I started, like TikTok and all this type of shit. And mine was Boo Hunters, the little plastic ghost behind me. Not like, oh, we're fistful of paranormal today. You know what I mean? Like, fuck all that shit, man.
Yeah.
What
Well,
makes you happy in your guts?
for me, it's just I've always been into the paranormal. Since I used to watch all the major, like the Millionaire Plumbers on TV back in college in
Yeah,
the early
you see what
2000s
I
and
said?
stuff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
millionaire plumbers. And don't that make sense? So
Yeah.
let's start a group. You and I,
But
we're gonna be called the Millionaire Plumbers. I'll come visit you, and we'll come find nothing.
And be careful with that name. That might be one of those X-rated sites now.
yeah.
Ian,
very true.
I hope you find your group name. I honestly do, and like honestly,
Yeah.
do it for the true good of what you want to find. And
I do. I have a passion for it, man. Like I was gonna say that what really set me on this path is, I saw like a night vision camera on Amazon, and I was like, this could probably be something that I could actually do on my own. And so I asked my friends if they wanted to try, and we went to like a local cemetery, and then I took the footage straight from the camera and put it on my computer just to watch it, and then I heard like whispering on there. It sounded like praying. We even got like a really loud growl that sounded like a zombie or something on there.
you know
I was
what? The
like,
best thing
holy
to do.
shit.
It's awesome. You probably got real footage. Do it by yourself. Do it by yourself to where you
The
have
smaller
to,
the group,
have
the
to ask
better. By
fucking
yourself.
nobody. You don't have to ask nobody if this shit's real. You were there. Do it
Yeah.
by yourself for a month. Literally, go by yourself.
Oh, I've
And
been
like I was
by
telling Dom,
myself a lot. I know I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen, and it's just.
I'll go with you one day. I promise you that.
and
Where
like
are
I
you
was
from?
telling Dom, sorry, he's from Florida.
Oh, okay.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh shit!
yeah.
I go up there. Who gives a fuck? Okay, I have a big crush on a girl up there.
Oh, really?
Leave it to be a girl, right? But like I was telling Dom before, it's like sometimes people are afraid to show their evidence because they'll tear it apart and whatnot. And a lot of these things happen to us personally, and that's what brings the excitement to me is that I get to see all this cool stuff happen, personal experiences, seeing somebody else happen to something else, and whether we're live or not live, it's just a lot of fun because of the location, what is in part of that location, and using different experiences, different tools, and all that stuff. That's why I like doing it and watching other people investigate and learning. It's
You got to
always a
do it
learning.
for the passion in it.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, I believe that like evidence and stuff when you're showing it in the video. At the end of the day, that's all just zeros and ones, and like especially with AI and stuff now, like anything can is not going to be like absolutely like
you're right,
like proven to be one
Even
thing or another, but you're just basically asking people to like you're asking people
gotta have
to
faith.
trust you,
You have faith in you. Yeah.
What's fucked up about the whole thing with AI? Like, I guess we're all in the same age range, even though this guy looks 20. I promise you that. We all had experiences and shit like
Thanks,
that,
man.
like with the air traffic control, fucking ghost hunting. We all had our same shit, and like none of us are TikTok and none of this shit. This is where all 6 minds come here and said, you know what, we have similar shit here that like something's real. Something's real, and not a TikTok video where it's like, oh well, look at this, and then the whole thing like goes off. This is 6 people in 2 hours and 34 minutes saying, you know what, something's fucked up in life that we don't understand.
A lot of it's bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's basically what the best you can do is just say that
Right,
this
Carmen?
is something that's unknown, you know, an unknown variable that you've done everything that you can to try to weed out what it's not, you know.
Well,
We'll get there, man. Like as somebody said to me, like I look at more like I think Chris said it with a SpongeBob fucking Tom Nelly shirt on. That I'm looking more the philosophical side of shit, whatever the fuck you said it. But I wanted to ask,
give him another beer
yeah.
without
But
foam.
But when you look at the I wanted to go back to the point of like air traffic control, where it's like, you know what, like when you know shit like that exists, like, do you think about God and what happens, and like, when they tell you, hey, there's only one existence here, and then like it's almost in front of your face with red radars that it's like we're not the only ones here.
Yeah.
This is the controversial question I wanted to ask you.
Well, I'll tell you one thing is not trying to bring God into anything, not don't get me wrong either way, but let's back up and think about it though. If you get this whole God idea when everyone says, well, because again, aren't you being, and I'm not saying you, but people thinking aren't you being a little bit self-centered? When God says that he made, people in his own likeness or whatever like that, who's to say that that's not that he did it in, 4 or 5 other worlds or hundreds of other worlds? We could be that we're just not the only one. And who says that they're all a bunch of green looking guys with big eyes? It could just be,
That's almost the best answer I've ever heard in my life.
It's been mathematically proven that since we exist, it's impossible for other life to not exist, so there has to be something else out there.
That is the most unselfish answer I've ever heard in my life when it comes to these questions I've ever done. And I honestly appreciate that. And thank you guys. That is the best answer I've ever had on probably Robert, 100 shows I've done with people asking about this shit. That is the most unselfish question where it's like they answered it completely.
No, when
Aaron, it had to be on your show, you asshole, you.
But
one for the good guys.
You're still the owner of it.
Well, I'll tell you what, real quick, guys, to interject here. It's I'm on the East Coast, so some of you guys are, right? It's 11.
Where you at?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta. But I got to run because the wife's yelling at me. I can hear her in the background. She's got to go to work tomorrow. But I just wanted to show you that there's.
Thank you for coming on.
There's a proof of me.
Thank you for your service.
We believe you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your service.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Find me. Will you find me, please?
Find you? You're right there.
On Facebook. I want to see you again.
He's out there.
Dude, you got my email.
Answer's out there.
It's on there. You got my email. You got my Facebook. So actually, I'm on the BB3, whatever it is. So
very good. Keep posted on here. I'm going to have you on a lot more.
Well, make sure you send beer my way.
Even trade, right?
What time do you want it?
Now.
Now.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Peace, gentlemen. Yeah. Thank you, man. It was great. This was fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So,
what a great show you had, Darren.
And then there was 5.
Thank me.
I am thanking you. Yes, I was not expecting this show to be like this tonight. Ian, I definitely want to get you on too, so we'll set up a time to get that all
Ian, tell him horse shit. Interview you now.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm getting tired, so I'm
You're getting tired. I thought all ghost hunters were like night people, man.
I've been working all day in the yard, so I'm a little bushed. So I just skipped work today.
Bushed? Is that a pun?
Yeah, good pun, right?
Yeah, I guess you just really planted.
I'm working on OnlyFans today. I'm a little bushed.
Hey.
No, this is a really good show tonight. I appreciate Dom for your help and getting these guys on.
Yeah, we'll get back on. I do have a lot of questions for you.
Which show do you want to be on, his or mine?
Either. I don't even. We're on his show right now, right?
Yeah, you're on my show, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely get into a lot of paranormal stuff. And
Yeah. Go for
but
Dead
I'll come
no,
on
this
everybody's
was
show. I don't care, man. Everybody's
yeah.
cool here.
I'm just fucking around with everybody. I love everybody here.
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was just gonna be a small 45-minute show, and look what it turned out to be. So I'm thankful. It was a very good show. I'm happy that everybody got in, and yeah. And Dom, yes, thank you for your help of getting these guys in. I appreciate it. When it comes to getting people in shows like this, I'm not as tech savvy as like that. But
You don't have to be, man. Honestly, when it comes down to it, like you truly are a fucking nature of the beast of a great host. You're an absolute amazing individual. Your personality shines throughout, in and out.
Mhm.
I stick by you no matter what in BB3 TV because truly I love you, man. I
thank you,
love you,
sir.
and I thank you for everything you've done for me too. And no matter what I got to do in this network, I hope you're by my side.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Indeed.
I enjoy this. I enjoy talking to new people with Ian and Ken having on,
Thank you.
and having Robert on, and Chris first time on.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun because we got to get into a lot of deep subjects tonight, and
Yeah.
that's
Can
what
I
this is
fucking
about.
leave yet or what? Jesus Christ! To just fuck.
What?
I
What?
just fucking. I said, can I leave yet or what?
Yeah, get the fuck
hey,
out of here. No,
I'm just making shit jokes as we go through. That's all I'm doing.
Hey, I was wondering, is anybody doing any investigating this weekend? Because I'm going investigating with a group of people. I'm meeting the psychic tomorrow, and this other guy that wants to like interview me and stuff. And he
Take care
wants to get
about
into
that
ghost hunting
psychic,
and
man.
stuff.
Make sure you
No.
work her,
Don't fuck with psychics, man.
and
we're
don't
still
don't
live.
fuck with
And we're
witches
still
either.
live.
Witches will get you. But no, I'm actually depending if it rains tomorrow. I'm gonna be heading out to a place called Asylum Point, which is right next to a mental institution that has a
Makes
uh,
sense.
it's a hidden cemetery that has actually 750 bodies in there all together.
Wow.
But wait a minute. I think Ian had a genuine question. You were asking a question about like, are you gonna be okay? Like, you're going to see a psychic and shit. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you worried about something?
You think you
So
might have an
rain?
attachment?
Or they just meet me for the investigation.
Oh no, she's just meeting. I'm just meeting her for an investigation. She's part of a group.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Okay.
just interested in like ghost hunting with her. She knows some people that might be able to help give me access and stuff to places.
Do you trust her?
Yeah, that's the thing, Chris. You
Yeah.
hit it right on the fucking head.
Yeah. You gotta be very careful when you get to psychic mediums because now we're in a world and a time where everybody wants to be a psychic medium. So you gotta really pay attention as to if she's answering, like
Call
if she
me
doesn't go
tomorrow.
back in her profile when you ask her questions, that she doesn't pull that out. She's got to
Ian,
know on the spot.
I'm off
Yeah.
tomorrow. Call me the minute you see her and hand her the phone to me.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just watching out for you, Ian. I'm not trying to like,
She is
shit on your
not
parade
gonna
or anything.
fucking like me at all. I guarantee you.
Well,
Even though I like
don't
you, I
piss
like
her off, or you still
I
got to do the
know.
investigation. That's the main
She's
thing. You
watching
can't do
this
that.
show and she's like, I'm gonna fucking not call Ian tomorrow because I gotta deal with that prick.
Oh, my view on it is that like yeah, I've always been pretty skeptical of
Sure.
psychics myself, but
So wait,
I mean at the least maybe they could they could be entertaining, like I'm planning on all
100%.
my videos I'm planning on doing like documentaries and stuff with them, not just
Okay.
like the investigation by
that's awesome.
itself. So
So actually,
at least she can give us some history and stuff maybe too.
and you could
So
call
she
her
could be
horse
useful
shit.
at least,
Yeah.
call
I mean,
her
they
on
can
horse-
tell you to get out of certain areas that they feel that it's not.
Now they're
Safe.
live.
Yeah.
2 hours and 43
Not safe.
minutes in. I'm trying to help Ian because I feel so passionate about this shit because I don't like psychics at all. I think they're all fucking garbage. Every
I-
goddamn one of them, including the ones who have banners at fucking certain places. Now, when you fucking meet her tomorrow, what does everybody hear? There's 4 of us and Ian. What does everyone need to say like before a psychic? How can you test her fucking knowledge? beforehand without her knowing you and us and shit. She could be watching right now and fuck you, honestly. But like, I don't even know them. But what can you test her on tomorrow that like shows that she has your true intention, that she's going to do her job as far as what she's going to do?
Think of something in your brain and like something she wouldn't know, and ask her, and then see if she comes up with that same answer.
Yeah, and he's right. And I'm not saying this to fucking wreck your plans tomorrow.
Nope.
I'm saying this to save your fucking diligence within like these shit people.
Yeah. Reggie Ditch.
Yeah.
If she's write something down and put it into an envelope, seal the envelope, bring the envelope with you, and if she can figure out what's in the envelope, like what's written down.
Why am I getting in trouble?
I have no idea. Aren't you always in trouble?
I don't know.
Then it goes a long way to prove that she's Reggie Ditch.
Maybe should I just hook her up to one of that shock machine that
right.
Truth or not? Give her some truth serum.
Some wavy lines on this card, or is it a star, or what?
Yeah, oh yeah. I bring those cards with me on investigations anyways.
Yeah,
okay.
really.
Oh, I thought you guys were. It's a real thing. I would just shock her no matter what.
ESP.
Stun her.
Yeah, ESP stuff.
Ian, if you love this field and do that, watch your back, man, because there's a lot of bullshit that comes with it.
Yes, there is.
This horse shit people, as far as these psychics, they're all horse shit, to be honest with you. I don't believe in one psychic. If you could show me one psychic, I'll probably fucking make you dinner the rest of your life. But the whole fucking thing is, if you see a booth, you sing like that, you walk up and down these booths, we have a ghost. Nobody's proven a ghost. They're selling all this shit to you, a Ouija board, some candles, some necklaces, all this crystals and all this shit that don't work. I'll sell you rocks in my yard for $20 and say, hey, this is all witchcraft. You got
to be careful about that stuff. Yeah.
It's all horse shit, man. It's literally all horse shit. Like, honestly, like I thought about this today. We talked about an eBay account. I thought about farting in a jar and saying I'm going to sell it as frog breath.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be putting like probably disclaimers on my videos and stuff saying that this isn't.
Definitely take a recorder along.
Paranormal,
What I would do is I would put her on the. Is it a him or her?
It's a her.
Of course, I would put her on the edge the entire time, and as you're recording her, make sure she's on point the entire time. You record her the most out of everybody because she's the one claiming she knows everything, right? She's the one saying there's ghosts. You keep her on edge, and I guarantee you, if she's true, she'll say, we're here, and here's your evidence. You'll be the first person in the goddamn world that has a ghost. Or she'll be so fucking pissed off at you that she don't want to deal with you no more. And then you find out where your psychic lies.
And definitely bring a recorder with you and check the recorder afterwards to see whenever she talks, if something else talks back.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing maybe a live from there too.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Can do it. Yeah.
Fucking do it.
Is she charging you to meet up with you?
No, this is.
Well, that's a good thing.
Like
okay, good. No, that's good because a lot do. They're like, I'll come help you, but it'll cost you $100. And
if she's not charging you, find her. But like,
oh, dude, I can.
Wait, can I ask you another? Can I ask you a personal question? Do you have a crush on her?
No, I think
sometimes
it's happened. I think she's older than the oldest dude.
Okay,
that was
good.
In here.
Yeah, like sometimes it happens. Like fucking, like like sometimes all that shit. But like, you're on the right path of like fucking really shutting this down and making a good thing here. I like you for that, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely going to be objective with my documentaries.
Very good.
Definitely.
Cool. And if you get rich,
up to
don't
the
forget about me.
What?
If you get rich, don't forget about me.
There's that sticker right there. Just kidding.
Oh, good guys. I do have to run, man. Thank you.
It's getting late. Yes.
Pleasure, bud.
Yeah, man. I truly appreciate all you guys. Ian, thank you for being here. Fucking Robert. Oh, a goddamn pleasure. Chris,
I have to get Robert on too as a guest. I haven't had him as a guest yet either. So.
And why not?
Or Chris. So we'll all be on there as guests, future guests. I just got to get things lined up. I do my shows on Monday nights, every other Monday, from 8 to 9, depending on how the comments go, like tonight. So definitely, tune in. We'll get things set up and we'll get you on.
Like
So-
an hour and a half ago, you were talking about ending this show, man.
What's
An hour and a half ago, you were talking about ending this show.
Yeah,
hopefully you're getting
hey,
in trouble,
I'm glad
man.
I didn't, and thank Dom for keeping me going.
Oh
So,
my God.
but yes, thank you for everybody that stuck with us
Thank you,
tonight
Darren.
for a very long show. Remember, you're watching the BB3 TV network, also Paranormal Brew, and if you don't have Facebook, join us on MGS Paranormal on YouTube channel. So that is at MGS at MGS Paranormal 4258, sorry.
Very
4258. And
One too
And
many.
maybe-
or Dom, Chris, Ian, and Robert, and Ken. You have been watching the Paranormal Brew
Indeed.
and everything else.
BB3 TV. Fuck everybody else. I gotta go.
All right, bye. So, for myself, Darren, I bid you all adieu. Good night, everybody. So
Cheers.
long.